We are live on two sides of the pond.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
in the United States, and it's really early in the morning. Lucifer's over there in the UK, and it's not quite so early over there.
No, it's just it's 1:45 roughly.
All right, I'm gonna give you a little piece of advice. Next time you launch about 7 or 9 o'clock p.m. your time, so it's like 4 or 5 o'clock over here, and people are awake and watching. Because you know, a lot of your audience comes from this side, so
that's very true.
You want to make sure that people are awake when you kick it off, man.
Although some of them are going to have a nice surprise when they wake up and they're like, "Oh shit, it's gone live already! Fantastic!"
Speaking of which, it has.
It has indeed.
Live.
It is.
So let me get like a banner up here across the bottom or something.
That's cool. I shall
see it.
I shall quickly get the link for you as well. I'll throw that to you in the private chat. I've had a few technical difficulties this morning with my internet, and I was just like, yeah, thanks. This is the perfect time, isn't it? That's the one. That's the link right there.
There you go, everybody. Check it out. Let me put it in the comments too, so people can't find you. So it already launched. I thought it was launching at 7.
Yeah, I got a little trigger happy.
I go to looking at it. There's already 2 backers. It's like, hey.
Oh, there's 2 backers now. That's fantastic.
But we want more than 2 backers, y'all.
Oh, damn
Lady Satan. Dude, this is a revenge story. If you ever heard about a revenge story, I ain't lying to you.
Oh yes.
I even put out there when I put this post up for this feed. It was like, early bird gets revenge, baby.
Hell yeah. This certainly is a revenge story unlike any other. I have definitely broken some rules with the revenge story. And good morning, Brianna. How the devil art thou? Thank you for being here.
Yes.
It's like I said, it's a revenge story that I managed to break some of the rules, because one of the first rules of a revenge story is whatever's happened to your protagonist, they can't.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Whatever's happened to your protagonist who wants to get revenge, they can't do anything worse than that to the person that's hurt them in the first place. But in this story, what happened to Lady Satan is she was the star of a snuff film. There is nothing worse than that. So she pretty much has free license to do whatever she pleases to the people that did that to her.
Pretty much, yeah, because it's yeah, it ain't nothing nice what they was going to do to her.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, she doesn't hold back whatsoever. She is a fair judge, jury, and executioner. If she comes up against someone who's done a mugging, she's not going to go all I spit on your grave on them. She's going to be fair in that respect.
Right.
But if you've done something really bad, you better watch the fuck out.
And there you go. Let me. Do you want to share screen? You want me to?
I'll let you do it, man.
All right. Let me see if I can get us something up here for people to look at.
Oh yes, because there's a lot to mention with this campaign. A lot of cool perks and goodies.
All right. So, I'm going to slow down and scroll. You tell me stop when you want so you can talk about do you want to show the video first? Or?
Yeah, let's show the video first, man.
All right, here we go. Let me get this. Give me some full screen. There you go. Oh, can you hear it?
I can't hear it, but... there it is.
You coward, you weirdo, you face this shit, let go. You coward, you weirdo, you face the loss. They said it don't want you wanted me. I'm a mistake, right? He's seeking advice and diamond, baby, whatever about.
Nice. Is that original?
The music, yeah.
Cool. I love
Yeah,
that.
I used to be in a band. Oh God, we're talking like well over 10 years now. We were called Abuse, and we did an album called Based on a True Story, and the first song was called Vulgar. And when I was putting the trailer together, I was like, "There's no better song to use on the trailer than that."
Ooh, that's pretty intense. I like it. I one thing though, and just like when we were talking the other night about the elevator pitch, the
Yes.
videos. Not everybody who, like, sometimes you'll be featured on a show that's radio,
Yeah,
and there's no narration to go with the video to tell people, "Yo, go check this out."
yeah,
You
that's
know?
true.
And that's the only thing I would critique on that. Is just there. Some
Oh,
people
that's-
can't see too. Some people just,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
some people are blind. They can't see it, but they need to hear what's going on. It's still a sales pitch.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure that everybody's, included in being
Oh,
able
yeah.
to catch it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Trust me, I haven't even had it launched that long, and I'm already learning so much that I'm like, right, next time I need to do this.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And everybody's first crowdfunder is that learning experience. I want you
yeah.
to know that. We talk about them all the time.
Yeah.
Talk about, well, so what'd you learn today? Because it'll be that way. It's like you might learn something new every day of this campaign, man.
More than likely.
Let me see. And then I went and dropped it. I seen that you had it up for 60 days.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
I was going to do 30 days and then see how it went towards the end of the 30 days and then renew it for another 30 days. But I thought with Christmas coming up and New Year, it would be better just to put it out for the whole 60 days and just plug it as much as I can during that time.
Definitely. So 60 days. I think you didn't go too high on the goal.
No.
And that's a good thing, because you don't want to be stressed out about this the whole time, whether or not you're going to fund.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you want it to fund early so that you can concentrate on selling it happily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Stretch goals and I mean, once it's funded, it's like all that weight goes off your shoulders.
Yeah.
And then you get to have fun.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, like, if I was doing like a superhero book that was for all ages, hey, Itchy, how the devil art thou, good sir?
Oh, it's Ictus. Get it right.
Oh, is it? Oh, man, Ictus. My bad. I do apologize. See, it may not be that early here, but...
I promised him I'm not going to trash his name anymore.
But yeah, if I was doing an all ages superhero book, then I think the goal would have been that little bit higher. But because this is a book that is not for kids and it's a little bit of a niche kind of genre, I thought keep it low, keep it safe. That way, the people that want it, they will really, really want it.
Well, I mean, I tell everybody the same thing. Unless it's an actual printing cost issue where you have to have a certain amount to get there, don't set a high goal, because, why go through that stress? Get it funded and have fun.
Yeah.
The first one that I had really anything to do with was Mojo Risen, and we talked about it for months before we launched it because COVID kind of delayed the launch. But we got to talk about it for like an extra 4 months.
Yeah.
Before it launched, but we funded in like 48 minutes.
Oh, fantastic!
But like I said, we talked about it for months. We were out there. We were out there on Facebook. We dropping ads, dropping little art bits. Getting people excited. Actually, the first promo I ever wrote was for that book.
Yeah.
The point is don't beat yourself up getting to the 28th, 29th day of a 30-day campaign and you're still trying to get that last $200. You know what I mean? It's like you don't want to be that stressed out and that worried about whether or not you're going to fund for that whole time. Make it easy on yourself. Set it 1,500, 2,000, get that funded, and then have fun making your promos,
Absolutely.
selling, telling people about your stretch goals, and
Yeah.
whatever kind of random additions you throw in there for backer goals or whatever. That was another thing that we did. We didn't just do stretch goals based on cash amounts. We'd also do something like randomly for backers.
Mm.
We get to 100 backers, and we'll throw a random piece of original art in somebody's package, or you know what I mean. It was like
Yeah.
just stuff like that to let them know that we appreciate the number of people that supported us as well as how much that was
Oh.
made.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so we had like two different types of rewards through the campaign. You just think of whatever you can.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like working on this book, I mean, I've been working on it for quite some time now. The writing experience was just fun. Every single day of it was fun. The penciling, the inking, every day that I spend working on this book, I walk away with the hugest smile on my face. The smile is so big, it makes the Cheshire Cat look suicidal. So I don't want that to change because of the campaign and me pulling my hair out and going, oh, fuck, like we're $10 away from reaching the goal. When's it going to come? I'm not worried about that. I'm feeling fairly confident that this book is going to fund because I've received so many messages from people saying, dude, when's this book coming out? We really want to know when it's coming out. I've had
all you people, it just did. Get over that.
yeah, exactly. What better time than now? It's almost Christmas. Treat yourself. Go on. I won't stop you.
I have a dog whining at my feet. I don't know why. I don't know if she ain't been fed yet, if she needs to go out or what. But there's other people in the house.
And can I just say for Brianna, because she put up this comment saying, I feel quite prudish when I look at this book, not used to this niche, confirmed. Hey, that's okay. That's absolutely fine. You're not going to be alone in that. There are going to be some people who are going to look at this book and think, oh, I don't know if I want to touch that. It's understandable. I'm a firm believer in that art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comforted. And I feel that this book does exactly
that. Good line, dude.
I do like to try. It's not mine, but I will steal it.
That is a good line, though. I feel like art is subjective. About it that way. That's why I do not critique books. Okay. Yeah. Because what I like, somebody else might hate, or what I don't like, somebody else might love, and it's not my place to influence others from not making their own decision about it.
Absolutely.
You go read it.
Yeah.
Then you tell me what you think, and I'll tell you what I think. But I'm not going to influence people to not buy somebody's book ever.
Yeah.
Not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not going to know whether you're going to like this book until you give it a try. I mean, there's so much I could say about it, but it's my personal experience as the author, as the creator. Once it's out of my hands and into theirs, I'm technically, as the author, I'm dead. They then become the author. It's how they interpret it and what baggage they bring to the book when they read it. Either way, you're going to have one hell of an experience with this one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, hell yes.
Don't be afraid to jump out there and see what's happening. Because, I mean,
absolutely.
I've found so much stuff since I started doing this in the last year. It's like I found so much stuff that I would have never read or even probably come across if this whole thing hadn't started. Now I get to see everything. It's amazing.
Yes. And the indie scene at the moment is so strong. It's just been hit after hit after hit, and like my credit card hates me because of it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's crazy though. There's so much stuff out there to choose from. There is literally something for everybody out there in crowdfunding right now. I mean, there's literally more than one something for everybody out there in crowdfunding right now. There's so much good stuff.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I only got exposed to this one last week. I didn't know this was coming, I've
No.
been talking about this for a while, I mean, or not last week, but like 3 weeks ago when we did the last con, it was like that was when I found out about you. I didn't know,
Yeah. I for some reason I tend to slip through the cracks a little bit.
Well,
I think it's because
I'm sure there's a lot that I don't know about, but I do my best when I see something to get that share in to the group so that people are exposed to it,
Yeah, absolutely.
go from there. I get a lot of like tons of friend requests, and I try to tell people it's like my page isn't where I do my thing. Join the group.
Yeah.
Join the madness. That's where I do my thing at. Being a friend, being my friend doesn't show you any of that stuff. It shows you my ads, my shows, you know what I mean? But it doesn't show you what everybody's doing. You need to be in the madness to catch everybody's, ads and all the stuff that we promote. You got to be there,
absolutely. Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. I just read my 3rd comic ever.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Brie is an absolute star. She's an author herself from the Netherlands.
Nice. Okay, well, I better drop that link to the madness because I didn't think about this, but I'm probably going to be talking to a lot of people about like your fans from over there who may not even be aware of what we do, what we do in the madness. And what we do is exactly what I'm doing right now. Support, promote, and exposure for indie artists and creators,
Yeah. Because I mean, as I said, the indie scene is just amazing. So much talent, so many unique, original, fresh ideas, and so much support. Like people use the word community when they talk about things like the indie comics and all that. I think the better word is family, because that's what it feels like.
Well, and I'm going to say that's so true because some of us be fighting.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, there is a great amount of love in our community, and that's no lie.
Yeah.
And at the same time, just like any other community, there's differing opinions and different, like all the groups. There's like somebody different in charge of each one. So they all have different rules about how you're supposed to carry yourself in each group, and it's hard for everybody to keep track what they're all, where they're allowed to talk and where they have to watch what they say, and what I mean. It's like it's gotten kind of crazy out there with there being so many groups and so many places to promote now.
Yeah.
Thanks to our current situation.
But on the plus side, there's a lot more eyes watching on this stuff and discovering how good and how passionate the indie scene is. Like I'm meeting new people every day who are like, hey, look, I've been into comics for a while. Didn't realize there was such a booming indie scene. And I'm like, well, there is. Now back my book.
I love doing this because I get to find out myself first off, what's out there that I might be missing. Yeah. I mean, I've not been a huge indie person for most of my life. I was a big 2 guy,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Thor fan, I love Thor, I love Elektra. But since I started doing this and I've been exposed to so many different people's little universes that they're building, it's like now I'm not held down no more, man. I'm looking all over the place for my entertainment. And yes, ma'am, that's why I just dropped that
damn straight
right there. You come right on over to the madness and you'll see as everybody I promote in that group, not just Mr. Storm here, but hundreds of creators are in that group. That is what we do. And you are more than welcome to come over there and show us what you got going on.
Absolutely.
So
because there's so many different walks of life in the group. It's unreal. Like almost every day I'm meeting someone new or I'm having a conversation with someone new from that family, and it's just so overwhelming at how many amazing people there are with new perspectives and how they're bringing that to the medium of comic books. There is literally something for everyone right now.
And you know what else is cool is it also has led to so much collaboration between people.
Yeah, it has.
There's so many people that hit me up. Yo, man, I watched their con the other day. I seen dude. I got with dude. He's doing a cover for my book or whatever. I hear all the time. We got Danny Morales down there at the Collective in Florida. After every con, there's somebody from our group putting their book in his store on the shelf. I mean, it's like we're really trying to bring this to not to the mainstream, but to the limelight where the mainstream's been hogging up all the glory for the last.
Yeah, man, it's just
how
an
many
incredible.
how many are there that have really broke that plateau as indies? There's a few. There's not a lot. We really need more Savage Dragons, more Spawns, more and we're starting to get them.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. It's wonderful. And like one thing I like about the indie scene is like in the mainstream scene, everyone's going, yeah, but what's your political leaning? What's this, that, and the other? And like in the indie scene, like the whole political stuff, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm speaking to people every day. Some are left leaning, some are right leaning, some are dead in the center, and no one cares because they're like, look, we're here for the love of comics. This is such a unique and powerful medium, and we've got stories that we want to tell, all different kinds, like not just superhero stories. You got people who want to tell pirate stories, science fiction stories, romance stories, horror stories, and then I come along
stories. Stories about PSTD and suicide awareness, and everybody is taking it everywhere, and whatever has meaning to them, they're bringing it out for everybody to see. That's what I'm loving. It's like you can find anything now.
Yeah, exactly. Because the mainstream, they're trying to use these, and they're not doing it very well, if you ask me. And they're being told what to think by people in suits, like, well, this demographic says this, and we need to count this many beans and stuff. And everyone in the indie scene's coming forward and going, this is what I'm talking about. I'm using this thing right here to tell a story that matters more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Peter Sametti just gave us a retweet out there on Twitter.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you very much, Peter Sametti. What a man.
That's the other thing I like is like everybody helps everybody out,
Absolutely.
I mean, those little shares, those retweets, you guys don't know how much that matters, man. When it puts your page or your book or whatever you're doing in front of somebody you never thought before.
Yeah, and it matters a hell of a lot, especially when it comes from someone like Peter Sametti, like the man who started Old Turner Comics. I've got so much love, respect, and time for the boys at Old Turner Comics. I've been speaking with quite a few of them, and they are all just incredible, passionate people who are just they're trying to do everything they can to help the small guy get noticed, just because that's the thing. When you make a book like this, I don't need 1,000,001 readers. I just need one person to read it and go, wow, this impacted my life in a special way. It's worth it. Then the money doesn't fucking matter. It's about impact.
That's what I try to tell people. A real writer doesn't really care.
No,
they just want you to read their story and have some kind of an emotional reaction, and that's what they want. I mean, there are some who are in it for the money, don't get me wrong, but somebody who's coming out here and trying to put out their first crowdfunding project probably isn't one of them people.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, like at the end of the day, when you're doing something like this, you've got a choice to make. You've got two options. Do you want to be successful or do you want to be great? And you got to think about that so fucking carefully. Some people are designed to be successful, to put stuff out there that is designed to make money, and there's nothing wrong with that. That stuff is cool. But there are some artists and writers who it's not about that. They have a fire inside them. They have a tale they want to tell, and they're like, I don't care if people hate it. I'm proud of it, and I'm putting it out there into the world. This is my child. I have looked after them. They now have their wings. Go fly. And that's what I feel like I'm doing with this book. Whether I'm successful or not, who knows? We'll find out later. But I'm more focused on great. I want to tell you a great story, even if it's only fucking once. That's what I want to do.
Dude, It's amazing. I really wish we'd have thought about doing this a little sooner so that we could told people about that we were going to do the launch party.
Yeah, yeah. But hey, why not dive in the deep end?
Well, we only had a couple days to really tell everybody we were going to do it. That's our point. It's like, I am going to start doing these more. I think what's happening is CromCon and Comic Related Madness are going to not relocate, but we're going to show up on NSC Live TV as a channel.
Oh, nice.
So we're, as much fun as I'm having, I'm still thinking about how can I get more? How can I get more exposure? How can I help these guys more? So never ever think that we're not going to keep the snowball rolling downhill, bro.
Hell yeah.
I want this to get bigger and bigger because I want what you guys are doing to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It is important to find that audience, to find those people that connect with the project that you do. And the harsh truth of it is that's a numbers game. You've got to show it to like 1 million people just to get like 1,000 people to go, this speaks to me.
Yeah. And I rarely do this, but I think this is kind of a book that would speak to one certain person.
Oh,
so I'm going to tag him right here, right now.
Oh, fantastic.
And I'm tagging him in the comments over there on Facebook because he's in the group, So,
oh, wonderful.
He's probably not awake yet. I promise.
But he will wake up.
Arizona, he probably ain't awake yet. But if he up and has his coffee, maybe he'll look and see this.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, then I missed a comment. What'd she say? Oh, there you got your leg.
Fantastic. Fantastic. You can always count on Bree. She's a wonderful person.
Yeah, you are a writer. And
yeah.
Hey, critics, I'm gonna tell you a little something about critics, and because I already explained why I refuse to be one. Anybody that's getting paid to tell people one way or the other isn't a critic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Completely agree.
If they're a monetized critic and they're paid to represent people, they're not really critics. They're advertisers.
well, here's another thing to think about as well. Like critics don't go into a story going, I'm going to look for all the reasons to enjoy this.
Right.
They're going in to look for all the reasons to hate it. And even if there aren't any, they will find something and they'll go, okay, well, there's this. I had a review for a book years ago where the person said in their review, really enjoyed it. Shame it's a bit homophobic. And I was like, where did you find the fucking homophobia in this book? Like, did you have to look that fucking hard?
This is the other thing I hate is when they look at your character and they add their own personality traits to your character and go, how come they're like this? And I didn't write nothing like that. That's what you perceive. That's your perception of what I wrote.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean when I say, like, everyone who opens a book, they bring their own baggage to that book. They project their baggage on to that book. That's why I say, technically, as the author, once this book is out there in the reader's hand, I'm dead as the author. It's what the reader decides. They become the author in that moment. I've explained it to people before. It's like
they become your hype. They become your sales. Your sales base.
Yeah,
they become your advertising agency. Word of mouth, people. Okay, word of mouth. Believe it or not, still is what sells. Okay?
Yes.
I mean, you got people out there saying, I bought this, I read this, this is good. And they don't tell you why they think it's good. They just say, I love this. Like the one I read last week, The Listener. Great book, really deep. Can I go out there and tell you how to perceive it when you read it? No, I cannot do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't critique. I just don't do it.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I try not to critique as much as I possibly can. I do a show with another creator called Russ Leach. He does a book called Only Death Can Save Us.
Russ.
Yeah, he is the man. He is such a good guy and such a talented artist as well. And you know, we do this little show once a week, and at the end of it, we say sort of like, hey, you know, this is the book that I read. This is what I think of it. You know, that's pretty much the extent of my critique. Beyond that, I keep saying to people, you go out there and you try it for yourself, because I could turn around to one person and say, hey, do you like dark revenge stories? And they'll be like, nah, it's not my thing. So I won't recommend them the book because of that. But then all of a sudden they'll read that book and go, this is fucking amazing. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? You can never tell.
It's true. It's true. And like we said about the emotional response, sometimes somebody reads something that is not in their wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And the emotional response they get might not be, oh, I love it, but it still elicited that response. Somebody went, hey, dude, this ain't right. And you went, yeah, well, that was up to you to decide. I just wrote it.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I sat down there, I bled on the page. Here it is. You now decide like what that Rorschach painting means. You know?
Now I'm gonna leave this up on the Madness as the featured video for a while, and you know we'll make sure that we let people know. Go check this out on the rewind. Yeah. It's early over here, like I said, ain't nobody.
I really appreciate you getting up this early, Pops. It's absolutely fucking awesome, man. Like I said, the support I'm getting for this book is just, it's second to none. And everyone who's shown support for it, you're all officially awesome. If anyone says differently, I will quite happily correct them. I'll show them evidence to prove them wrong.
There you go. So let's dive into this a little bit. Let me see.
Yes.
What okay, like I said, we have a easily reachable goal in 60 days of $2,653. You know, that's how you start out. We already showed the video. Let's stick to the left side of the page first, and then we'll come back for the tiers and whatnot.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I think the best thing to start off with is letting everyone know this is an outlaw comic. As I've already mentioned, it's not for kids. It's illustrated in black and white. It's what I'm doing is I am taking elements of the horror genre and the thriller genre. I'm blending them together with a noir aesthetic to create a truly haunting, character-driven story. And it's pure revenge, but it's more than that. You're going to be tapping into the psyche of Lady Satan and knowing what kind of person she is. This book is available in softcover and hardcover editions. It was very important to include that hardcover edition. And we're on top of that, we've got a foreword written by Robert Geronimo from Alterna Comics. And there's going to be a fan art section as well. I've already got a shit ton of fan art coming, and there's still room for more. So if anyone wants to join in and do their own sketches to Lady Satan, bring them my way.
Yeah. Now look, you don't want to say that in the Madness.
No, all of a sudden that book becomes like 1,000 pages.
You really do want to say that in the Madness, though, because there are people that love to do fan art in the Madness.
Yeah.
You know, everything you see of our little green troll Crom, that's all been done by people in the group. I don't draw. You know,
isn't that amazing though? Isn't that amazing? Just being able to say like, hey, you know, if you want to draw this, go for it, and knowing that there's going to be a shit ton of talented artists going, hell yeah, I want to fucking draw that character.
Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. For me, that's when you start bouncing fan bases off each other. If you can get somebody that has a fan base to draw your character, then that person's fan base is going, who's that?
Yeah.
Okay, and then he says, oh, well, that's Lady Satan. That's Lucifer Storm's book. Well, now his fan base is aware of what you're doing.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And I encourage people to do it all the time. Yeah. My buddy Roz, the first time somebody did a fan art drawing of Mojo, he hit me up on Facebook. What's he do? I was like, calm down. I was like, no, I encourage that. I want his fan base looking at your book. And
hell yeah.
You know, the snowball rolls downhill and it gets bigger and bigger. That's what we try to do, man. Now, this right here, the pitch.
Yes.
For anybody that tuned in on Saturday, that was what our whole day was about. And Lucifer had one of the best ones all day. Okay. And I'm not trying to take away from anybody else, but this was exactly what we were looking for.
Yeah.
You know, this was exactly what we wanted everybody to do. Give me that little catch me as I'm walking by a line that makes me stop and go, huh? And ask questions, you know. So I want you to read this because it's better in your voice than mine.
Lady Satan is Lady Satan, an Angel in a Killer's Dress is a dark tale of revenge that takes elements of both the horror and thriller genre and blends them with a noir aesthetic and a character-driven story that will take you through a personal journey of darkness and vengeance.
That's sales. That's selling people right there.
What more do you need to know than that? She's called Lady Satan. She looks fucking awesome. And this is what you're in for, you know? Dude, yes, Brie, I agree.
I'm telling you, though, that pitch, that was exactly what I was asking for over the weekend. I want people to realize that you have to have something catchy. You have to have a slogan, a catchphrase, something that makes people ask questions about your character, your book, whatever, you know, whatever it is you're doing.
Exactly.
You have that. And yes, Lucifer does have the voice. This guy could do some voiceover for some video ads. You know, this guy could do some of that kind of stuff for you, and he's got that electricity that goes with that accent. It's not just the accent. There's excitement, there's passion, there's something behind that. I totally agree with that. You know, those kind of things are all blending together in this now. We got people making their comics into animation stories and looking for actors that can, you know, give them the voice they're looking for. And all this stuff is like really, it's getting kind of amazing watching what's happening in the indie side of the comic world. You know, we know what the big two are going to do. They're going to keep throwing those gigantic movies at us. You know, I mean, we know what they're going to do.
Yeah, we do, but you never know what's going to come out of the indie scene next. And when it happens, you will be blown away by whatever it is.
And there's going to be people jumping right on and trying to build on it.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
That's the cool thing. Whenever somebody comes up with a good idea, somebody else wants to try and build on it and make it better.
Tell me about it. I was speaking with Peter Gilmore of Super Dead not too long ago because he came on my channel, and you know, I said to him like, oh, you know, there's this one book I would like to do at some point in the future. I don't think my artwork's suitable for it. I call it Ed Gein, Demon Hunter, and his eyes just lit up, and he was like, oh, I'm in. I've got ideas now. And that's how it should be. Sitting down with your fellow creators and saying, look, this is what I'm doing. I feel really fucking passionate about this. It always makes people walk away going, oh, I've got my own ideas coming around now. I was speaking with Bree the other day, and like after we spoke, I was like, I need a pen. I need some paper. I've got a fucking idea. It needs to be written down right now.
Now, this is a cover, right?
Oh, yes, that's the cover.
And now this, you did all the work, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Because with this book, I'm kind of a one-man army with it. You know, I was like, I don't want someone else to draw it because the character's very personal to me. I feel that I'm the best one to take her on because if I fuck it up, I've already got myself to blame. If someone else is to blame, it makes things way more difficult.
Can I throw an idea at you?
Yeah, please do.
Look, I look at a lot of people that do the black and white books, and they're awesome. Okay, don't get me wrong, but they're leaving an element of the fan art, an element of the fan interaction out of this when they do this. Okay? Now, I don't know if you didn't have it colored because you just didn't want to, you wanted it to be black and white, but if the possibility comes along that you re-release this like on Kickstarter or you print up a new batch for retail or something, I'd really like you to consider allowing colorists to color your book. Like somebody do a page, somebody else do a page, somebody else do a page, and that way.
Funnily enough,
those different people that colored it in there too. And I'm not saying these people charge you to color it. Saying, people that want to.
Well, funnily enough, one of the perks is a print. We'll probably talk about it a bit later. I did it as a black and white print, and I reached out to my main man, Coparticus, because he's fairly new to the scene. He's such a talented colorist. And I was like, dude, do you want to color this? And he was like, yes, hell yes. And what he's doing with it is absolutely insane. I cannot wait to show it to people.
See, that's what I'm saying. It'd be awesome if we could get a version of this that is colorized, but colorized by a whole bunch of different people.
Yeah.
So we can look through and see 20 or 30 different colorists take on your characters and how their view of your universe is.
Yeah, I mean, I like hearing other people's perspective on what I've done. I love it when people come to me and go, oh, did you do this because like someone saw like the script very early on and they said, oh, you called her Lucille, is that anything to do with BB King? And I was like, no, but it is now.
Thank you for the reference.
Yeah, exactly. And seeing like those people that come up to you afterwards and go, I noticed this, and you're like, wow, you noticed that one deep cut Easter egg that I fucking put in there. You are special.
Did you get sick of drawing lines after that one?
Oh, fuck yes. I took a day off after drawing just that first panel. I was like, what am I doing to myself? I'm a glutton for punishment.
I mean, it's amazing, dude. It's, I mean,
Thank you.
That's an amazing piece right there.
Well, like when I started doing all this and I worked on comics, I got into that mindset of like, you must do a page a day, like pencil, ink, colors, letters, the fucking works, 1 page a day. And before I started this book, I was like, why do that? Like, I'm an indie. I don't have like I don't have an editor barking at me saying, where's the pages? They should have been here 5 minutes ago. So now's my opportunity to just put my all into it. And so what if a panel takes a couple of days? Let it take a couple of days. Let it be what it needs to be rather than forcing it out.
Right.
And I think it pays off well when you see a panel like that one.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's why I looked at that cover and I went, you did all this yourself?
Yep, like I said, I'm a bit of a glutton for punishment in that respect.
Okay, how long have you been working on this project?
I wrote the script in September of 2019. And that was the first, second, and third draft of the script. And then I took a little bit of time off to work on writing some other stuff. And it was around Christmas time last year that I started illustrating the book. And with COVID and everything, there have been a couple of moments where I dropped out for a week or two or whatever to work on other stuff. But I always kept coming back to this book. And just, even if it was like 5 minutes a day, just work on a page or a panel.
Yeah.
That's such a wonderful way of putting it.
Yes, it's a toolbox with so many fun options. I mean, I found out something during my con this last weekend about NSC Live TV, and we're going to be going in that direction and expanding even more. I mean, everything keeps piling on, and the only reason it all piles on is because I keep adding people like you to the whole,
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. I totally appreciate you coming out and letting me come out and do this for you. I mean, I really hope I really hope that after some rewinds and people see it throughout the day that we get some kick to it, man. I really do.
Absolutely. I like I said, I appreciate you getting up at silly o'clock in the morning to do this for me. This is absolutely fantastic. I mean, like ever since like the first time we actually did sign together on one of your CromCons, and that was thanks to Marv, who works on the Sin Killer, which by the way, that book looks fucking awesome. Yeah. Right. I just knew straight away, like we just clicked, and it was like, yeah, there's something going on here. Why deny it? Like why walk away from it and do nothing else? Keep going. This energy is fucking great. It's like a wave, and you need to surf it till it comes right into shore, man.
Yes, and some people are great at doing that very thing, about riding it all the way to the end. But you can tell, man, they're exhausted at the end of it.
Look, I've told people before when I like meet them down the local bar, where hey, I tell people that I meet down the local bar when they ask what I do, and I say, hey, I make comic books for a living. I'm a graphic novelist. We'll get chatting, and then I'll say, well, it is quite a labor intensive project, and they're like, yeah, right, and I'm like, wait till you walk in my shoes, sunshine, because when you do, you're gonna regret that little snigger that you had there.
This is my grandson Isaac.
Hey, Isaac.
Isaac last year created a character that will be coming out in Mojo Risen Book 2 this year.
Fantastic.
Coming up. He is my youngest comic creator, man.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Or character creator, I should say. We ain't got the comic yet, but we will, huh?
Oh, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. What's on this shirt, dude? Is it Legos?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. He's got to go to virtual school here real soon, so.
Right, that's fair.
Had to come down and say good morning to his grandpa.
Hell yeah. You got to prioritize.
I pretty much get to do anything until 8 o'clock.
You get to do anything until 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Well, you better go video game or something while you can, dude.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The time runs out very quickly.
We still have that guitar master.
Oh yeah, he's got other characters too. I forgot.
Oh, nice.
He has a character that's based on music. His guitar. He has different guitars that have different powers.
Wonderful.
So
one guitar can make like purple ink monster come out.
The purple ink monster comes out of one.
That's cool.
He's got he hangs out with Grandpa too much.
No. I don't think there's such a thing as too much in this case.
Yeah, we have fun. We do.
That's cool, man.
Probably the one that's going to take over the madness when I'm gone, just so everybody knows.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Get that right. You going to come out here and interview people and stuff after Grandpa's gone? See?
Hell yeah. That's one great imagination that you got there, Isaac. It's really cool. Never
create a lot of characters.
Good. It's fun creating characters.
Sarah, and Marv. I'm sorry, I wasn't watching the comments over here.
Hello, Sarah.
Marv.
And Marv. Hello, good sir.
Cool. You bet. Good morning, Sarah. See, Sarah just said something to you too. Hey, kiddo. All right. We got this book ain't for kids, dude. So you gotta go upstairs so I can finish it.
I'm sorry.
He totally understands that too, man. It's
That's so cool. That's so cool.
I mean, he totally understands the whole thing. There's some books that are for you guys, and there's some that ain't for you guys.
Yeah, wait till you're a bit older.
Get older, and all Grandpa's collection be right here for you. Sarah, Brianna.
Oh, I love seeing that in the chat. People being like, "I know you."
Bonding. I love bonding.
It's great, isn't it?
This is kind of awesome. This is like not my first launch party, but the first time I've done one with somebody that I barely know. You know, you're definitely, man, you keep it entertaining. You understand what we're doing. I totally love this, man. You
Good,
know,
man.
What you're doing right now makes me want to do more launch parties. So, you know,
then why not? Why not?
That's what I'm saying. It's like
as long as they're not at 3 o'clock in the morning.
But see, the funny thing is I'm up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then when the kids are getting up for school, it's like I'm up. You know, I mean, I don't really sleep much past this anyway, unless I'm exhausted. You know, so it wasn't too bad. No, I got
Yeah, exactly. You got your fuel. You're ready to rock and roll.
So, man, see, we only got to the first page so far. This is great. We're an hour into this, and we've only looked at one page. Jingle bells, y'all. Jingle bells. So it's a Christmas story, too.
Yes, it is. It is. I was actually going to leave that as a twist for the end, of the book to be like, oh, by the way, it takes place at Christmas. And then like I looked at the opening scene and I was like, it's too good not to let people know straight off. This is a Christmas story.
A Christmas story from hell.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So yeah, we got the camera on the floor.
Oh yes.
Bloody scissors over there, bloody snippers.
Yeah, scissors,
This
pliers.
is all or is
Yeah,
this
these.
like, Mr. Colonel Mustard did, you know, with the
No,
camera in the library.
These are the. I find that kind of like staccato of panels is kind of like a theater of the mind thing. Like these are the objects that have just been used, but you don't know how they've been used. All you know is it's fucking horrible.
Okay. You see what I'm saying now? Right away, I'm like Colonel Mustard.
Yeah.
And
That's good. That's good. It shows that like in those first few pages, it's making you want to go, okay, I'm in. I'm already there. Let's go through this. Let's solve the mission.
that right there gave me a comparison in my mind, something to go, or it gave me a little think. It made me think a little bit. Okay, so what's going on here? Is this the evidence? Is this, but and also, like I said, the Colonel Mustard, it gave me the clue. It gave me a clue thing too. It's like, so anything that makes you think outside of what you're looking at.
Yeah.
So that you have to go out there and then come back. That's all good. Okay.
Oh yes. It just grabs you, pulls you in.
That shows layers to the writing and know what I mean? And to the story. It shows that they're not just like here you go. Okay. It's like, no, we're gonna stop making you think. He didn't narrate it all. He didn't write it all up there. This is this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
He's making you try to figure it out. A little bit of detective story along with this too. There are layers to this. I like it.
Oh yes, like I spent a lot of time thinking about all the different layers to it. 'Cause like I said, it's a very character-driven story, so there are going to be some slower scenes where we get to look into the psyche of this character and we get to see what it's like being in the mind of someone who survived being in a snuff film. They're now on the hunt for that snuff film, and now they can get revenge on the person that tortured them in front of the camera. Like there's so much to look forward to in this book. It gets very dark in very different ways.
That's our bad guy.
Yes, that's our bad guy. This is taken from the scene where she discovers that the person that tortured her in front of the camera was actually a high-ranking British police officer, and she's discovering that he's under investigation from the MI5. So all of a sudden, she's got this very small window of time to find him and exact revenge.
Jeez, you guys in lunchtime over there. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, Brianna, I'm glad. All it takes is one viewer to bring in more viewers. It's one person interacting with this, and then somebody else. Oh, what's going on here? It is. I've never done a stream at 7 a.m. before. So for my fans and for my group and stuff, they're probably going, "What the hell is Bob doing?"
Well, for all of you guys who have got up at silly o'clock in the morning, I'm in the future by about 5 hours. It doesn't get any better. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. I just had to make that joke at some point.
5 hours, it is going to be better because there's going to be more money on your campaign.
Now, that's true. That is very true. See, I like being proven wrong, and you've just done it right there. That is fantastic. I did not think about that. See, that's why me and you connect. Two different perspectives. It's all good.
It's amazing. It's just that's true though. It's like I clicked right away. I was like, dude, man, you live way too freaking far away. Like this good of friends, because I'm never going over there.
That's why it's so good to have the internet, though. I've met so many amazing people this year. I mean, like 2020, it hasn't exactly been the best year for fucking anyone, but just so many people have come together, met each other, and it's just been a wonderful experience. See, look at that. Look at that. And I love the fact that you used the word summon, B. That sounds cool to me. I don't exactly know what the precise spell to cast is, but I'm working on it. I'm figuring it out.
It's just burning the right candle, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm learning all about this stuff from Christy. She did a tarot card reading for me. All kinds of stuff, you know. I mean, I'm learning all kinds of stuff. Awesome. There's so many cool people in our group, dude. You just don't know yet. Okay.
I know. It's fucking awesome. Like I said, every day there's someone new that I'm meeting, someone new that I'm talking to, or I'm learning something new about the people that I'm already talking to, and it's just fucking wonderful.
Zombies.
Yeah, look, 2020's been bad. We don't need a zombie apocalypse either, Sarah. So I'm right with you on that one. I fully understand.
Sarah, I'm actually honored that you're out here with us this early in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, this is awesome.
She shows up in everybody's stream. She watches Christian and Ryan and, you know, all my friends. She's always showing up, and it's like, for to show up this early in the morning for mine.
Yeah. Well, she was there when I was making the pitch. I remember very clearly something about my accent. So I think that's what's bringing people to this book, really. They just want to hear the accent. That's all.
So where are you exactly over there?
I'm in a little town called Bournemouth. It's, when I say it's in the south of England, I mean it is on the coastline, smack bang in the middle of the country. You cannot get any more south than where I am.
Wow, so you're living like right in the path of where the bombers were.
Yeah. There's some great history here. Like where I'm sat right now, if I picked up a stone and threw it roughly in this direction, I will hit Mary Shelley's grave.
Wow.
And every year, people get together, they dress up in Victorian stuff or in their steampunk stuff on her birthday, and they sit around the grave and they have a cup of tea and a little chat and all that. And it's absolutely wonderful. Not too far from that is Bournemouth Pier, which is the location of the opening scene for Alan Moore's From Hell.
Nice.
Right, there's so, like, if you're a horror guy like I am, this is a fucking cool place to be.
Yes. Are there any cool hauntings around?
There's quite a few haunted hotels. Our town hall is supposedly haunted as well. So it's fantastic. I'll admit I've done a little bit of ghost hunting myself around places, and it's been one hell of an experience. Let me tell you, it's fucking amazing.
Yes, I love that kind of stuff. I have a friend that does it here in Michigan, and I told him, I said, man, I'm going with you next time. Got to go with you.
Hell yeah.
I've never been. I've had a lot of experiences, and I don't get afraid. I just like let them know, yo, I'm gonna die someday too, yo.
Yes.
Don't cross me, because you'll just be the first one I look up.
Well, funnily enough, like where I am right now, this is my home studio that I'm in. I do have another studio that I rent, and it's directly above the pub that I often frequent. So I know the people that work there very well and everything. And it's kind of got this Western theme to it, but it's got a very macabre theme to it as well. So when you walk in, there's lots of like old bombshells that have been turned into tables. There's like alligator skins, old Victorian photos of people who have died and stuff like that. And there's this huge grandfather clock that doesn't work. The mechanisms and all that are missing, so it cannot work. And almost every night, the people that work there, at some point after it closes, they hear it strike at around 2:00 in the morning.
Nice.
It's incredible.
Let me catch up on these comments right here real quick. She says it's odd that she meets more new awesome people during this period in time when she can still go out and travel. Well, the deal is that that's how everybody has to communicate now.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all out here,
Yeah.
we're all out here talking. There's no cons to go to. You know, nobody can go socialize in person. So
Exactly.
that has kind of made it the
It's the silver lining to the mushroom cloud, really, isn't it?
dating service without the dating too. Everybody a friend service list instead of a dating service, right? You're meeting so many people that you click with that you might not have ever met.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, absolutely. Like COVID's been one hell of an ass for everyone. But if it hadn't have come along, you know, like I may not have met you, Pops. I may not have met Bree, and you're both awesome people.
We would not have. CromCon originated out of COVID. When the tables went down, I was like, what can I do to help out the people in my group?
Yeah.
CromCon was born. But COVID did that. It wasn't an idea I came up with before that. You know, it wasn't something I was planning on doing. That was everything that has happened to me. Yeah. And the group and the growth of the group and the YouTube channel and all this, it is all directly related to COVID-19.
Exactly. That's why I say it's the silver lining to the mushroom cloud.
Yep. I mean, I try to find it. I try to find it every day, you know, a reason to be not happy about COVID, but happy about my experiences throughout the year. You know, I know it's been a wax freaking year, everybody. And and there's people that have lost people, and there's so much, you know, mental pain, you know, people locked up and all that. It's been an amazing year for me, and it's really hard not to be as excited as I really should be. Any other year, I'd be able to go, this is awesome. You know, I mean, the things that have happened to me this year, but they wouldn't have happened without that and without the people having them losses and all that. So it's really one of these.
It's the yin and the yang.
Year, man, it really has. I'm on a high. I'm on a high. I'm on a low. You know.
Absolutely. It's been a proper roller coaster ride of a year. Sarah said, "Oh, I'm into horror. I would love to teleport where Lucifer is. I live in an active house. That's fucking awesome."
Now, Sarah, I think is right over here in Illinois, and I'm right over here in South Michigan. See, so, like I said, I have friends that do ghost hunting. Sarah, maybe we can make that happen for you. Not in England, but maybe here somewhere. You know, I want it to happen for me, so I got no problem including other people.
Oh, it's always more fun with other people.
Yes, adapt and overcome. That was my motto for the year. Adapt and overcome, power through it.
That's a damn good motto to have.
That was because I didn't know what else to do to try and keep my people, you know, happy and excited about what they do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like when something like COVID happens, you've got one or two choices, haven't you? It's either curl up and die or stand up and go, let's do this.
This one, Sophia, what's up? Getting ready for school?
Hi, Sophia.
What's up? Getting ready for school. You got Hello Kitty and ponies and all kind of stuff on your shirt. Good vibes only. It says hashtag good vibes only on our shirt.
Rock on.
Think of that. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that's 2 of the 4 that have reported in.
Oh, there's still time for the rest.
Yes. Thank you, Brianna. I'll make sure she sees that. Yeah, they're all they all draw. They're all, you know, they have their own comics. They're all into what Grandpa does. They've all claimed pieces of art off my wall when I'm gone.
Oh, lovely.
That one's mine. That one's mine. You know, so we're doing our best to make sure that we're passing it on to the next generation. And that's something else I'm big on in the group. I actually have a topic in the group called Munchkin Art. For
Nice.
you know, their kids or anything that posts their art, I make sure it goes in that topic file by, you know, with everybody else's. You know, I mean, I want the kids to be involved too and be interested in comics and everything still, like I was when I was young.
Yeah. Absolutely, because like I said, it's such a magical medium, and like at the end of the day, like we're living in these great times, but there's still a lot of people that would rather be like looking at their phone than reading an actual book. And like one of the best ways to get them into reading is going like, well, check out this comic. You might just like it. It's not going to take you too long to read, and before you know it, they're walking away converted and going, I need to read more stuff. I need more books in front of me right now.
Ink drawings and landscapes and buildings. So he was the awesomest background artist.
Oh, fantastic.
I love people that do good full pictures with
Yes.
with a good background and everything. Like John Running is an amazing artist, and he doesn't give you a headshot; he gives you a scene.
Yes,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? It's like, it's amazing. And Brianna, that sounds like the kind of person your grandfather was, somebody who give you a whole scene, not just a picture.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Oh, that's so wonderful. I love that.
So we go through this here first panel. She's got the bad guy. She's got the pictures. She's mad.
Oh yeah, she's real mad because, like, bear in mind, like, this character, like, she isn't just going out. She's not like Batman, where it's like, okay, this thing happened to me, it sucked, but I can forget about it for a couple of months whilst I fight the Joker or whatever. There's a continual reminder. Like, I say this is a revenge story because it is on the surface, but when you start digging down into layers, you also realize that it's kind of a ghost story in its own way, because she's haunted. I mean, her opening narration, she just says people are not haunted by the dead, they're haunted by the living and the memories that the living leave them with. And that pretty much sums up this whole story. This woman who is going through life continually haunted by this extremely awful experience that she went through. And no matter where she looks, there's a reminder of that experience, an experience no one should ever have to go through.
And that guy is also he's not just any old guy in the porn industry.
Exactly.
Damn N5 agent, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, he's a member of the class that's supposed to protect us.
Exactly. When you sleep, he's meant to be out there saying, monsters, you aren't going to get anywhere near these people. You will not pass, for want of a better phrasing. And yeah, it brings up that question of, like, who watches the Watchmen, really?
Yes. See, that's what I mean. This story has layers. It's not just going to tell you, oh, this girl went out and this happened to her and she got mad and like, fuck dude up. This thing has some layers that makes you think. It's like, oh, crap. You think about stuff that happened in real life where you find out about, politicians or leaders or whatever that do less than savory things to people. Yeah. And it's like, it is part of the real world. You can't,
Absolutely. Because I mean, like, when I approached this story, I took a look at, like, each scene that I was doing, and I was like, okay, how can we make this, like, more haunting? How can we really push across the point of, like, what's going on underneath the surface, the context of it all, and giving her even more challenges that were directly related to her feeling haunted by past trauma.
It's pretty awesome. Now we're getting some people watching and they're joining the madness.
Fantastic.
I'm assuming at 7 o'clock in the morning. The only reason they're joining the madness is because they're paying attention to what we're doing right now. So
awesome.
Don't just join the madness, back the book, y'all.
Yeah, please do. And I just want to say hi to my man Ryan Wynn, who's in the chat. This guy's a legend. He's been working on Hammerella. He does Gods and Gears for Alterna Comics.
Yes.
Fucking great guy.
I have shared his work in my group. I do.
Good man.
Hammerfell. Yes, good stuff. Good to see you, Ryan. Let's see. We got. He would have been awesome at that. Yes, I'm sure. Your grandpa would have been good at that. He'd have filled the scene. I'm getting the complete set of Lock and Key for Christmas.
Oh, awesome.
You know what I'm getting for Christmas?
What are you getting for Christmas?
Who invades Oz?
Nice.
Yeah, I really wanted to get on board with that one. I'm the brokest guy in the room. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, so I mean, I can't back everything I want to back. I get lucky and I get a few, or something big comes up like that where it's a $50 book, and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I'd like to have that for Christmas. That's how I do stuff, you know. It's like
I've done that myself as well. I gotta admit, I've put money down on a couple of volumes of the library editions of Hellboy.
yes.
Because I already had the first two, and I was like, "There's no fucking way I'm not completing this collection somehow, some way."
Okay, let's get caught up here so that we're not going back.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, Haunted by the Living is strong.
Yeah. In fact, funnily enough, I mean, like as I've said to you before, Pops, I'm someone who wears his heart on his sleeve. I'm that kind of guy. If you come up to me and say, "How you doing?" If I'm having a bad day, I'll tell you I'm having a bad day. I don't beat around the fucking bush. That's line.
Why I clicked with you, because you like me. It's like you don't candy coat shit. You know. And
what's the point in candy coating shit at the end of the day? It doesn't really help anyone out.
Only for the kids. I might candy coat stuff for the kids a little bit when it comes to
that's
issues, but that's it. I don't. When I'm talking to an adult, if I can't adult with you,
exactly. You know? But yeah, that idea of people not being haunted by the dead and instead being haunted by the living, it actually came from a therapy session that I had. I was sat down with my therapist, and we were talking about stuff that had gone on in my past, and they just asked that question of like, well, how does that make you feel? And I said, well, everyone thinks about, when you hear about a haunting, you think about people being haunted by a ghost. But even if you speak to actual demonologists, especially like there's a book called The Demonologist by Ed and Lorraine Warren, and they state very clearly in that book, it's not places that are haunted, it's people. So when I was in that session, I got asked that question. I was like, well, it's clear to me that people aren't haunted by the dead, they're haunted by the living. And then when it came to writing the book, I was like, shit, my brain's good at remembering that, so let's put that in there. You know?
And see that what you just said earlier about people being the ones that are haunted. Okay, I had a spiritual reading, you know, back in when I was like maybe 25 or 30, and one of my friends had just passed, and I didn't know it. Okay, and the reading made me want to go look up some of my friends, because it, you know, part of the reading was about, you know, people in my past and whatnot. So I went to look these guys up, you know, a couple of my old friends. Well, one of them had just passed. And that was the reference in the reading. You know, your friend that's running around with the drumsticks beating on the walls all the time instantly reminded me of my buddy, right? Instantly brought back high school, my buddy. And then I went to look him up, and he had just passed. And I was like, okay, that's what's happening here. Things like, you know, that kind of reading, you know, maybe there's a little more to this than I originally thought. And I start paying a little more attention. And every house I've lived in, there's, you know, them weird little things that happen. Every house I've lived in. And people that live in them afterwards, I don't hear that from them. You know, like the people that when you moved out of a house and somebody you know moves into it, and they're like, man, that don't happen no more here. But they know it happened there because they were hanging out when you lived there, you know, and they know that kind of stuff was happening, and they wanted to move in that house because they wanted to experience it.
And then they don't get it.
It was gone. It was following me.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
so I pretty much figured that I got Mike and my dad basically following me around everywhere I go.
Letting you know that they're there, being like, we're still keeping an eye on you.
All the time. Like in my dad's case, it's dimes. I don't find pennies and nickels and quarters. I find dimes, and I find them in the strangest places. I find them in places. I was just looking 2 minutes ago, and there was no dime there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It happens all the time. I have a Cabo bottle with a couple hundred dimes in it. Every time I find one like that, and I'm like, no, that wasn't there a minute ago. Or you're walking across a parking lot, and there's a dime on the ground, right in your path.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's always happens. So I collect all the dimes. I keep them all. That's my dad. You know?
I love those moments in life because sometimes, like, especially in the moment, it's so confusing, but then there's just that split second where everything clicks and you're like, oh wow, oh wow, there's so much more to the world and life than just ourselves, than just our own thought space and everything. And it's really phenomenal. Like this year, I've found that there's just been so many people who I've known in my life. I haven't seen them for years, and I haven't thought about them, and then all of a sudden my brain's just been like, oh, I wonder what happened to that guy. And then 5 minutes later they're sending you a Facebook message, or you see them walking down the street, and it's just like, okay, something's going on here. I don't know what, but I'm looking forward to finding out what it's going to be.
Well, the one thing I've noticed about the dime thing is, as soon as I find one, I'll be like, all right, what was I just thinking about? What am I stressing about, or what am I doing that made Dad go, yo, pay attention, wake up, snap out of it or whatever. And every time I find one, I check myself. Okay, what's Dad warning me about? What's Dad complimenting me about? What's he trying to tell me? Because it only happens in those times when I have something going on.
Yeah.
So it's always like, okay, I got you. Whatever he just telling me, he's letting me know he's watching, and that makes me think, so I appreciate that kind of stuff, man. And I'm
absolutely,
the candles, all of it, now I pay attention because, I've had too many things happen to me that connect me to those things.
Yeah.
Now, right here, Brianna's wondering the outside of the. I'm assuming you're talking about Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Where do we buy the indie comics?
Yeah, because I believe where Brianna is, they can't use Indiegogo. I might be wrong about that, but I've had a couple of people from around Europe who have messaged me and saying, look, where I live, we can't access Indiegogo. We can't back this book. Okay. I've already told those people, look, if this funds, don't worry about it. I've got you. I've got your back. I will make sure there is a book with your name on it. I will sort something out. And that includes Brianna herself.
Do you have a PDF up?
No, I don't. Because this is the kind of book where in digital, it just doesn't work.
Well, but let the people decide that. If they want to spend $2-3.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's true. $2-3 so they can read it now.
Yeah, that's true. That's something that I can work on. I mean, one thing I've got to let people know about this campaign, I am still in the midst of illustrating the book. So it is going to be a few months. Like, I've put the estimated shipping date as July. Chances are it's going to be earlier than that the book ships out, because every day I literally get up, start drawing, then I get out of bed, then I continue drawing, kind of thing. So like every day there is steady progress on this book.
Now,
yes,
I
absolutely.
did want to say, Comixology. There's quite a few comic websites where people make their stuff available.
Yes.
Most of the creators have a web page or a Facebook or something of their own where you can find them, and like a lot of them will have all of their past issues somewhere where you can read them to whet your appetite for what they got coming out now. Basically, it's you find something you like, you get a hold of the people, and hey, man, is there a way I can get those back issues and read them so I can get caught up in the story? And most of them have PDFs available or whatever. But for me, I'm not a digital guy.
Yeah, same here.
I'm not a fan. Okay.
Yeah.
Because when the power goes out, I got a candle in comic books.
Exactly.
Okay. I got a candle in comic books when the power goes out. When the power goes out, I don't have PDFs. I don't have digital. I don't have computers. I mean, all that.
Plus, when you open a comic book, you don't go, oh no, there's only 1% battery left. So that's always a bonus.
So anyway, I've never been a fan of it. I'm a comic book guy. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because of COVID and worldwide shipping and shipping containers sitting on shores, not even getting the stuff in them even being delivered.
Yeah.
Now is not the time for worldwide shipping. Make a PDF available to your worldwide fans, to people that can't, access the logo or whatever. Always try to make sure that you're putting it in as many hands as possible, even if it's not necessarily the type of print you want them reading. Where they can read it. Once this is funded, you release the PDF where everybody can read it.
Yeah, that's not a bad approach whatsoever. I gotta admit. See, like I said, I'm learning something new every day. It hasn't even been one day, and I'm already learning so much new about crowdfunding. Like, there's a very long list accumulating up here of like, shit, I should have really done that.
All these people, Ryan, and all these people, they can help you. And let every time you run into one of these things where you go, oh crap, what should I do about this? Hit one of these guys up. That's all.
Yeah,
a couple of these. Travis Gibb, any of these guys that have run a few campaigns already, and they'll tell you, where the pitfalls are, where the potholes are that you need to, step around and stuff.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, like, funnily enough, like, I've been speaking to people like Russ from Only Death Can Save Us. He's helped out a lot. Chubb from Mary Boys, which is another great book that, he's helped me out. So many people have really helped me out with this. I've spoken to Mike O'Shea from Wirehead and stuff, and I have no doubt I've got some questions I need to ask Ryan behind the scenes, obviously. So, like, Ryan, you can expect a message from me at some point. I tell you, I'm quite happy to ask anyone anything when it comes to that kind of thing.
See, that's me right there. That's me right there. I gotta have it in my hand, man. And even like but the other cool thing about PDFs, though, when I get something like my black metal blasphemy anthem from Brian Polito, I don't want to touch.
Yeah, I do understand that aspect of it as well.
I don't mind having a PDF to read that, because I ain't taking that out the back. Ain't no fingerprints, nothing. It's number 13 of 13. I'm never touching that book.
Damn straight. But that kind of becomes like the exception to the rule, though, doesn't it?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not a fan of PDFs, but they do have their uses. And especially
this is true.
Now, especially now when the worldwide shipping is.
Oh God, don't. But that's part of the reason why I went for a soft cover as well as a hardcover. Originally, this was just going to be a hardcover book, and then I realized, well, hold on. For people in the UK, the shipping isn't too bad, but for you guys in the US, the shipping is going to just be awful. So I was like, I need to do the soft cover edition as well. So then it's up to you guys. If you're in the US and you really want the hardcover that bad, you'll quite happily fork over the extra money. But if you're like, I can't afford that much, there's still the soft cover to go with.
And it's the same way from this side to that side.
Yeah, exactly. Shipping is murder.
All over the United States, not too bad. As soon as we get outside the United States, it doubles, triples, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that no touching the copy is a new concept for someone who has only dealt with novels. There are, I'm a collector. I've been a comic fan since I was 13 years old. Okay. Yeah. And a collector since about 20.
Yeah.
Since I was about 20. And this is the 4th collection I built.
Wow.
I've had them stolen.
Oh, doesn't that suck when that happens?
Well, I mean, you pay for it for the people you hang out with.
Yeah, that's true.
They're bad people. Don't hang out with them. Don't tell them. Okay, well, I've made mistakes in my past about some of the people I hung out with, and it cost,
Yeah.
But here I am, and this, although it's not the biggest collection I've had yet, it's by far the best because of all the original art on my wall.
Yes.
Along with all my comics, and my son, actually a good portion of these comics are my son's, more than a good portion, probably 2/3 of them are my son's. And, I'm real picky about the stuff I pick up. And he's like, he doesn't mind going and picking up a collection from somebody, if he can go buy 2-3 long boxes from somebody for a good price, he'll do it,
Nice.
I'm the other way around. I'm like, oh, I need this particular issue of this particular run. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm building my old collection back up. So
I feel where you're coming from, because I mean, I collect comics. I also collect movies. I love collecting movies, especially like the horror exploitation cinema kind of stuff. See you later, Ryan. You take care, man. So I've done that before, where it's been like, I need to get this movie. I've already got like 3 copies of it, but I don't have this edition, and there's only like 10 of them in the world, and I need it right now. I've forked out. Like, there's a movie called Cannibal Holocaust and there was this limited edition like wooden set with the Blu-rays in and everything. Only 1,000 pieces existed, and I was like, normally I wouldn't pay above like $20 for a movie, but this one I'll pay the $125. Fuck it, you only live once.
Yep. And then you there's so many cool people. Like I met Raj Mahan in a music group, and we were arguing about which version of Van Halen was better.
Oh, no, not that debate. That's fucking dangerous.
That's how we met. Okay, the Sammy Dave argument. We were on either side of the fence on it, and I'm not even going to go into who's on which side or none of that.
Good, because I don't want to get involved in that argument. I've had it too many times.
The point is through that we became friends and found out that we had a common interest in comics and just all that. Raj Mahan is the one that created Pops Van Zandt.
Nice.
He wrote him in as a character in his book. The whole, he created this persona.
Yeah.
So we went with it. We created a group around it. Everything, we just went with it. This is, this is the shirt dude wears in the comic. Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm cosplaying as myself right now. But Raj sent me this because he found out that I was a huge Zakk Wylde fan. So he sent me this Zakk Wylde bobble, right?
Oh, fuck yes.
Signed 150, number 15 of 100, number 15 of 100. And it's signed, it's got the STF and all that. But these are the kind of people I meet in this community.
Yeah.
It's like we met we met over music, but we bonded over comics.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we were not on the same side of the argument when we met.
But then all of a sudden you guys start talking about comics and everything dies down. It's peace.
We bonded over the whole conversation, but it blended into comics, and before you know it, this whole thing blew up. The madness was kind of created as a little creator hub.
Yeah.
I had Brian Polito and Monty Michael Moore, and some big name people that were friends of mine, and they jumped right in when I created the group, which gave it, loads of credibility. Their fans, know it as a group. When COVID hit, we had like 400 or 500 people in it, and that was when we did the first CromCon in April. And we've done one every month since then. Now we're pushing 2,000 people, but everybody's bonded over what we actually do. It's not like anybody's here for perks. I don't do massive giveaways. I don't do, I'm not trying to get you to come to join my group because of what you're going to benefit from other than other creators and great stories.
Yeah.
That's what you get in the group. Now, if I do a giveaway here or there, that's because I'm feeling especially happy about how things are going. But it's never been every time we get to another 500 members, we're going to give away a bunch of stuff. And
it's not a desperate plea of like, please love me. I'll give you free stuff if you do.
Join the group just because they might win stuff. I want people to join the group because they might see stuff that they'd be interested in.
Yeah, they might learn stuff that will be beneficial to them. I mean, like I've already mentioned, I've got a YouTube channel, and like the main focus on my YouTube channel is teaching people how to write comics.
Your wolf, I'm assuming that means you have like a big dog, like a husky.
Yeah, she does.
We have two huskies. We have a husky, a Malamute, and a pit bull mix, all rescue dogs that
wonderful
run around the house on top of 4 munchkins. So, yeah.
I'll see you later, Brianna. You take care now.
It was great meeting you. Thank you for did you? I might have missed your request to join the madness or something. I will get you in there though if I missed it. Don't worry. Everybody else, join the madness, buy this book, subscribe to Comic Talk with Pops, all that stuff.
All the good stuff. because you don't want to miss out. Like I was just saying, like on my YouTube channel, like I teach writing comics because like people don't just want to connect, they want to be able to learn something as well. And like in the world of indie comics, your resources for learning how to draw are there's so much, and it's wonderful, it's lovely. Not many people are tackling writing though, and so many people have come to me after like watching some of my videos and being like, dude, this is exactly what I was looking for. I feel like I've just gone to school for making comics, kind of thing. It's like good, because if it helps you make your dream, make your story just that little bit stronger and tighter, it's only going to benefit you. And it's going to benefit me because it means there's one more really cool comic book that I get to read. If I don't teach you this shit, you're not making that book. And I want more fucking books.
And that's awesome. We do have a guy in the group, Alan Johnson, that's setting up a mentorship program where people can come out and help other people with the creative aspect of, the whole thing, any part of it, I guess, the whole crowdfunding thing, the whole experience. Yeah. From art to scripting and the whole, just different classes for different types of stuff. So it might be something you might go do a little guest spot over there for him and do a mentoring class. That's the kind of stuff.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool because there's so many people. Like, it actually surprised me, like how many people are like, oh, I wish I could do what you could do. Like one of my first convention appearances when I was signing books and stuff, I had this guy come up to me and it was literally the first thing out of his mouth was, I wish I could do what you could do. And I was like, you can. I'm an idiot with a pencil. If I can fucking do it, so can you.
That's what I tell people that say they want to do podcasting and stuff like that. Is like, come on, man. I'm out here doing this. I have to show this to you, but in April when I decided to do this CromCon thing, I had zero, and I mean zero, organizational experience in anything like this. This is my guest list, man.
Oh, awesome.
It's on a freaking paper plate. Okay?
That's fucking amazing.
I did 3 days that weekend. I did all day Friday, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday. And I was so wiped out on that.
I bet you fucking were. Worth it, though. So fucking worth it. I mean, just doing like the elevator pitch thing with you at the weekend, like just seeing so many people having 15-minute slots and going, okay, let's do this. Let's rock this out. Here's my pitch. Bam, 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 bam. Hearing like all the enthusiasm from people. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience.
It's always fun for me, everybody makes, oh, thanks, Pops, for doing this. And I try to tell them, man, it's not like I'm going out of my way to do this. I'm enjoying this. As long as I'm having fun, the only thanks I need is y'all backing each other, y'all getting backing for your books.
Yeah.
That's the thanks I want. Every time I can go up on Facebook and funded up on one of the books that I've been trying to help out, and I can tell people that book funded, that's my high. That's my day. That's my, you guys back these books. That's my thank you.
Yeah, and like life is too fucking short not to be doing stuff that makes you happy, right? Like I was reading this article about this nurse who was continually looking after patients when they're on death's door, and each one would always say to her, like, this is my life's regret before they pass away. And she started tallying them and seeing what the most common one was. And the most common one, when people were dying, they would say, I wish I'd allowed myself to be happier. So what's anyone's fucking excuse? You've got time. You got time to allow yourself to be happy. You don't need no one else's fucking permission. You just need your own.
Exactly. Look, I'm the brokest guy in the room. There ain't no and it's not that my son doesn't take care of me. He takes very good care of me. I help out the kids and whatnot. Grandpa daycare doesn't have a paycheck though. I don't have a chunk of money I can just spend every week. I don't get a paycheck. Okay, so I don't hit my son's wallet all the time going, man, buy me this, man, buy me that, man, buy me this, man, buy me that. It has to be something that really sticks out, and I'll go, man, that'd be really nice for Christmas present or whatever. I don't slam his paycheck all the time. That ain't what I'm about. I'm happy being able to hang out with my grandkids. I'm happy being able to, collect comics and talk to you guys. And
Yeah.
there's no substitute.
Yeah.
You get old when you're not happy.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah,
old.
absolutely. And getting old's a trap, dude. Like, don't fucking.
I am so young on the inside. I tell everybody, I still believe in Santa Claus. Okay.
And why not?
Everybody laughs at me and shit. And it's like, yeah, y'all laugh, but all year long, he brings me stuff I didn't pay for.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? All year long, man. It's like people are nice to me and they'll send me like what Raj sent me, that Zach Wild bobblehead, right? Just out of blue. Just people just send me stuff. I go out here and I try to help them as much as I can because they're cool to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
and like
it's all about having a good time. I'm having a good time, And so when people are all, they make me feel so humble when they're all thanking me and everything, like I'm going out of my way for them. And it's like, I'm really not. I'm fulfilling my own happiness.
Yeah. And how much does that cost you? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I did a talk at a charity event once, and they wanted every talk to be like inspirational kind of thing, and they didn't warn me until literally 30 seconds before I got on stage. They were literally like, here's a microphone, say something inspirational. It's like, what the fuck do I do? So I get up there and I pull my wallet out and I'm like, okay, who wants to do something that they're not doing, whether it be dancing, stand-up comedy, art, or whatever. And these hands come up and I'm like, okay, you fucking come here. Pulled this person to the front of the stage. I got my wallet out and I showed them $10 and I was like, how much is that? They're like, $10. I was like, okay. And I put it in my hand and I said, keep your eye on that and listen to what I'm saying. You can do it. The only person who's stopping you is you. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. You can do it. Is it going to take some time? Sure. Is it going to take some work? Sure. It's going to be worth it because you'll be happier for it. Now tell me, how much have I got in my hand? They were like $10. I was like, yeah, because it costs you nothing to encourage an artist.
There you go.
Absolutely nothing.
See, and I have so much fun. Like, especially the cons are a blast for me, dude. No matter how wiped out I am at the end of the day, you know, they're a blast for me. I get to talk to all you guys. This is what I wish I'd been doing all my life since. I mean, when I'm in the late 90s, I was a sidekick on Z-Rock on Rob Flanick's radio show.
Oh, fantastic.
And I got to sit in the background and crack jokes, and I answered the phones. And I actually even got to interview the original members of Foghat live on the air. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And it was a blast. And Lonesome Dave, if you remember Industrial Metal, you know what I'm talking about. I kind of tagged their music while we were having the interview, right? Because he was like, I don't know if you want it. It's blues, it's metal. I said, no, it's industrial. It's industrial metal blues, right? Or I said it's metal blues, and he said, "Oh, it's industrial metal blues." So Lonesome Dave, if you remember that was me live on the air way back in the 90s talking to you. They were in the studio. We had this little teeny studio, man, and these guys are all standing because there's no room for chairs, you know. And they were in there for a couple hours. It was amazing, but I didn't get a chance to follow that dream.
Yeah.
You know? It's like Rob went to Hawaii for working for another radio station, and I never got to carry it anywhere. Yeah. This is like kind of been a revision of that. You know, it's not radio, it's not rock and roll, but it's still something I'm really passionate about. It's still something I'm loving doing. And, you know, now it's video, okay? I don't know if I still have a radio face or not.
But there's still that rock and roll edge to it. Do you know what I mean? That's another thing I love about the indie scene. Like, we are finally seeing, like, rock stars of the comic industry again. Because at the moment, you got the people in Marvel and DC who, like, they're all parroting from a pre-written script. Half of them probably don't even know what they're saying. And the indies are coming along and going, see this? I've got 2 of them and I'm not afraid to use them. Let's do this!
And there's so many different things, too. Like, you see the wrestling collaborations where they comics of wrestlers, comics of rock bands. You know, I mean, the whole thing about comics is if you think it up, you can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
There's no limits.
It's putting it on paper. You don't have to have somebody act it out. You don't have to have the perfect voice. You don't have to,
Yeah.
I mean, it's putting it on paper, and you can do whatever you think of.
It's like a form of magic, because you're not just creating a world, you're creating a perfect cast to exist in that world. You are the god of that world, and sometimes when you do it, you feel like the biggest asshole in the world, because you're like, I'm going to put you through hell and you through hell and you through hell for my amusement more than anyone else.
And you did. And she just like made you feel like you were wasting your time, because she just like smashed all those obstacles you put in front of her.
Yeah. she is like, she's an amazing character. Like I'm sure there are other people that say this, but it doesn't make it any less true. Like, I don't have kids, but I do. Like Lady Satan, Lucille, she is one of my children. I am so fucking proud of her. I'm proud of what she's able to accomplish, because whatever I put in her way, she just finds a way of smashing straight the fuck through it. And she's captured so many people's attention, and people see her and they're just like, I want to know more. She looks fucking amazing.
That's cool that you're wearing that shirt. I have a friend that worked in the prop room for that show.
Oh,
I've seen all the props, man. I've seen them all.
Oh, amazing! Like, I love the original books from Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon. They've been a huge inspiration on like my illustrations and my storytelling and stuff. And when that TV show came along, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was nervous. Then I saw that first episode, I was like, I got nothing to worry about. This is gonna be a hoot and a holler.
So this book is an outlaw graphic novel in the vein of titles such as The Crow, Sin City, Preacher, Scars, and many others. It's not shy in taking on the sensitive subject matter, and it doesn't pull any punches while doing so.
Damn straight.
And because this is also who I see coming out of you, okay, that right? You're not shy in taking on a sensitive subject, and you don't pull any punches while doing so. That's kind of, I think, why I gravitate to you, and I think you and I are going to be good friends, because you kind of have that same mindset that I do. I mean, you're going to put it out there.
Yeah, damn straight.
And it's up to everybody else how they feel about it, you know? I mean, I put it out there. I hope that people like what we do. I hope that people like what you do, what everybody that we promote does. I try to make sure that it's available for them to find. And then we, like you said, once it's out there in their hands, it's their baby now. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, my job as the author of the book, as the illustrator of the book, my job isn't to take your hand and go, there, it's going to be okay. We'll walk through the dark woods together. I'll keep you safe. No, my job is to tell you that and then go, you're on your own. And push them into the woods and then fucking run. So that's what I did. I want people to get to the end of this book, and I want them to have one of three reactions. I either want them to be incredibly moved, I want them to be incredibly disturbed, or both. Ideally, both.
Yeah, well, you don't want nobody to be comfortable with that subject matter. Okay, and not either end of it. Not the revenge part of it. Because come on, man. Sometimes revenge doesn't work out good for the person who pulls off the revenge. Okay.
Exactly.
Sometimes that shit comes back to bite you in the ass anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm the old saying, revenge is a dish best served cold.
Yes.
It's like I think about that, and I think most of the people who need some kind of revenge to fall upon them have probably ruined so many other people they wouldn't even know who it was hitting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Like I thought about it. It's like, man, even if I'd like secretly plotted to go get that person back, they screwed so many people over they wouldn't even know it was me. So why bother?
And that's the wonderful thing with Lucille, Lady Satan. Like at first she is reluctant. She's like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And then she realizes, like, well, hold on, how many other people are hurting, and how many of them could have not been hurt if I'd done this sooner? Mm-hmm. So for her, it's not so much about, I hope you know it's me that took your fucking life or whatever. It's I hope you realize you can't hurt anyone anymore.
Yeah, she's going out there just to stop a continuing evil.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, there's a quote very early on in the book, because I had so much fun looking at revenge quotes. It was unreal, but there was one that was just absolutely perfect. I wish I could remember who it is that said it off the top of my head, but it just said, "Return my shine that you borrowed once, or else I will drag you into my darkness." And I was like, that's Lady Satan. Let's do this.
So is this her before?
No, this is a character that I worked on many years ago called Jericho. It was one of my first characters, one of my first books. It's a book that I plan to return to at some point. Don't know when, but...
And who's that?
That's the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, because I fucking love that show.
And of course, your goal, we know that the best story we can get out to as many people as we can. That's you know,
damn straight. Like, I don't want to patronize the readers in any way whatsoever. I've seen way too many books do that. I want to entertain the reader, and sometimes entertaining the reader isn't necessarily making them laugh or making them jump for joy. It's about saying you're gonna have an experience. It's gonna be life-changing.
Yes, this is awesome though, man. It's
Thank
like
you.
here again, there's always risks, and that's in anything. Getting in the car to go to work might not make it to work. There's a risk in everything. We call them life risks. We don't even think about them as risks anymore.
Yeah,
we're so used to it that the fact that every time you cross the street, you can get run over, that you just cross the street. You cross, but you know what could happen. Okay,
Yeah.
we're at a very early age. Those kind of
But without risk, there's no reward.
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. If you don't take the risk, you don't get to the other side of the street where the drugstore is and the spinner rack and whatever. You know, so there's always risk in everything. And most of the time, you have to have that reward aspect of that.
Yes.
Not always, because like I said, we all get in our car every day, and where we're going might not be where we want to go.
Yeah.
We can still die on our way there. You know? You know, I mean, sometimes, you know, it's like life risks like that, like getting in a car somebody else is driving, getting in a car that you're driving. You know, it doesn't control the car that on the other side of the intersection.
Exactly.
You know, so you don't know what's going to happen. We all live that life daily, and have gotten to the point where we don't think about it most of the time.
Yeah.
Then something like COVID comes along and they put it all over everything, and you every single thing about your life going outside now has to do with the risk of COVID, not the risk of getting in my car and I could get smashed by a semi.
Yeah. And because COVID's so new, you start realizing that risk. It's more apparent to you what that risk is and what it can take away from you. I think COVID for a lot of people has been a super eye-opening experience. I'm sure there's lots of people that are like, all of a sudden I have a bucket list.
And all of a sudden I have exposure to a lot more people because I'm forced to use this medium to communicate.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like I can't just go to the local con where there are 200-300 people and my circle stays that size.
Yeah.
This also is, you know, like you said, the silver lining part of it is all the extra exposure you get by being kind of forced to get out here.
Yeah.
And talk about what you're doing in front of people.
And meeting new people and finding those things that bring you together, not just in comics, but like in music and film and stuff like that. It's absolutely wonderful. You're discovering that there are genres that you never fucking knew existed, and now they're right there in front of you, and you're just like, why was this not in my life sooner? This is incredible.
Yep. So yeah, man, I would suggest trying to get a PDF up. Maybe, you know, like when once you've got all the illustration done, and you get a PDF up, you know, because like I said, there's a lot of people that are in other places that are still going to want to read it.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe broke like me, you ain't going to be able to.
Like I said, I have already messaged some people and said, don't worry, you know, I've got your back. I'll sort something out for you. Obviously, I won't be able to do that for everyone, but, you know, I'll do what I can, because the last thing I want to say to anyone is, no, you can't read my book. You know, the only time I think that's acceptable is if someone says, I want to get your book for my kid. That's when I'll say, no, that's not fucking happening. If you want to give my book to your kid, you're a bad fucking parent in my eyes.
That's when I'd be like, how old is your kid?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if it's like mine and he's 30, okay.
Yeah, that's different. In that case, he can have 2 copies. Fuck it.
How old is your kid? Because, you know.
Yeah, if your kid's 8, not happening.
But yeah, like, you know, I mean, I'll be honest with you, unless something like really special happens to me over the next 60 days, I probably can't come up with $40 to throw your way on that book.
No, that's fair enough.
Now, I'm telling you, I would if something does happen and there's an extra $40 laying around, you know, yeah, I will. But at the same time, I'm still gonna want to read it.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you know, like I said, once you've got it all done, definitely put a PDF available. You know, through. If you get it done before this campaign's over, I'm pretty sure you can go add it to the campaign. I would, for your worldwide audience, for the people like, you know, Australia, you know, we get a lot of fans, Australia, Japan, you know, they're going to want to read it. They might not pay to have it shipped right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
so which is understandable.
Definitely try and get it available to them in a way where, you know, I mean, you're still getting your little something out of it, 3, 4, 5, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Make sure you're still getting some money for it, but make sure you make it where it's financially and shippably, which, you know, like right now, that's what I mean. Right now, it just sucks for worldwide shipping. You know, you don't know if it's ever even going to get out of the damn container.
Yeah. And that is fucking scary.
It's like, I had people that were talking about in Australia where shipping containers are still sitting on the docks like months.
Fuck.
Full of mail that people haven't received their stuff that they ordered, you know, and then like Kickstarter's going ahead and refunding that money.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute. Okay, I shipped it and I can prove I shipped it. It's not on me anymore. It's on the postal service. You can't take my money away from me.
Yeah.
You go after them. Okay, you know, it's an insured tracking number that I have, right? Everybody sends everything out, insured tracking. There's no reason Kickstarter should be taking the money from the creators when the postal service isn't delivering.
I completely agree.
Okay, so that's something that a little bit scares me about the crowdfunders, because they're not looking out for you guys in that aspect.
Yeah, okay? That's very true.
If you can prove that you shipped, that's fulfillment. Okay, I mean, it's not on you what they did with it after the fact. Now, if they get it and it's all damaged and whatnot, and you're cool and you replace that book because, you know, okay, the postal service sucks, but they're not even getting it. It's in a shipping container, and they're getting their money back for it. Now, it's going to get delivered to them in 2 months or whatever, and they're going to have the book and have gotten their money back. Are they going to pay you now?
No, of course fucking not.
So Kickstarter and Indiegogo have to change their fulfillment to, once you can prove it has been shipped, it is no longer on you to, you know, to be liable for it. You paid insurance on that shipping. It's now on the shipping company to make sure that gets there in good condition, not you.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to say the thing that's been like the biggest pain in the ass with this campaign has been figuring out the shipping and the shipping costs, because it's so fucking pricey. It's just unreal, and like it really does make me feel for everyone who's living outside of the UK, because I don't want to be charging you more for it. If I had it my way, you wouldn't have to pay for shipping, but that's not the fucking world we live in, so I have to make sure that I'm not making myself bankrupt.
I think putting a PDF up there, you can still make some money off that book. They can still read it without the risk.
Yeah.
You see, there's the risk involved. That's what I'm trying. Normally, we wouldn't have that. But right now, with COVID, and some countries doing shipping right, and some countries not fulfilling it all, doing anything like, the lockdown countries, they're not delivering mail.
Yeah. I'm sure I can add a PDF to this at a later day, and I agree with you. I do think that's a wise. It's not ideal. It's not what I would. It's not how I would like the book to be read. But then again, it's not up to me. It's up to the reader.
Well, it's like I said, if I want to read it, that's like right now the only way I'd be able to.
Yeah.
Saying that 60 days down the road on the last day of your campaign, I might not have $40 to throw at it, but right now I don't. You see what I'm saying? So right now, the only possibility of me being able to read it is if you put it in digital.
Yeah, absolutely. and I do actually, whilst we're on the topic, I do actually want to be really transparent with people right now, because at the end of the day, I can't expect anyone to back this book if I'm not willing to do it myself. That's why I made sure I was the very first backer of the book.
You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to have some kind of contest where you give something special away to the very first backer.
Well, next time I could do that, but like this, but I'm a sucker for hardbacks, and when it's my own work as well, I was like, "There's no way I'm not doing it. The credit card company's gonna fucking hate me, and I don't care."
20 people in the madness, all trying to be the first person to get Mojo Risen when we launched it. There was like 20 people that were trying to be first, and I was one of them. Okay, but I have. It's like my son had his phone and he's and he put in the wrong password, and we ended up being 11th.
Oh no!
That much of a pause, and 10 people got in before us. Just like redoing the password. Oh crap, we're not first. Oh well. But I mean, there was actually people trying to be the first one, and they were all, "I'm gonna be first. No, I'm gonna be first." And, So I mean, all those things. When you have a fan base, you use all that.
Oh yeah.
Anything that you can. It's like the first person to back this book is gonna get the original art from page 45 or whatever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And now you tell them that like 2 weeks before you launch, and now you got people that want to be the first one to back your book.
I can understand that. I mean, like my main man Wally, who works on a book called Ilsa Dark, when he launched his campaign for 24 hours, for the first 24 hours, there was a variant cover that you could get, but once it hit midnight, boom, that variant cover was gone. You could not order it for love nor money.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff. The first day perks, and then like I said, as you go on, you get like 100 backers. If we get 100 backers, I'm going to give away the original art from the cover. If we get 150 backers, I'm going to give away, and you randomly just stick it in a package, or whoever's doing the fulfillment. You give them the art. I don't even want to know which one it's in. Just stick it in one of them.
I was thinking about that with backers earlier because of Robert Geronimo's campaign Wirehead, and I noticed that he had like not just the stretch goals, but like there were backer stretch goals, and I was like, that's a cool idea. That's quite unique. So that's something that I might add to the campaign in like a few days. Just even if it's like a one-off pencil sketch that like you said, someone gets it randomly in their package. I don't decide who. If it encourages a few more people to back the book, I'm quite happy to spend that extra time and do like a pencil sketch of Lady Satan.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I even did a giveaway out of something of my own when we had the Mojo campaign going. I told everybody, we get to 125 backers, that I would give away it was the first appearance of Pops in a comic. It's called The Crew Number 2, and it's just a one-panel cameo of me.
Yeah.
I will be in the story later, but right now it's just a one-panel cameo. But it was my first appearance in comics. Okay, so I told everybody, when we get to 125 backers, I'm going to take this comic. I'm going to sign it. It's going to be the first time Pop's ever signed a book, and I'm going to give it away to one of the 125 backers. You know, and we did a drawing live in the madness, and Greg Moqueen from Sear Comics, from Sear Nova Comics. I think he won my Moto glass for the Blood of Gods giveaway when they got to 80 backers. I did a Mojo glass from that Moto glass, did a glass etching of crop on a glass. And I gave that glass away. It's one of a kind. I gave the glass away. I gave the comic away. And these aren't even my projects.
Yeah.
These are projects that I believed in, and I wanted more backers. I wanted to help them get more backers. So I was out there saying, yo, not only what they got going on, but when we get to 125 backers, I will give this away. And Blood of Gods was having a little bit of a struggle funding.
Yeah.
It was real close, and it was like they had 75 backers, and they were still short. And I was like, man, 80 backers would probably get them over the hump. I'm gonna give this away when we get to 80 backers because I really wanted them to get funded. You know, that's the kind of stuff I'm willing to do also to help people. You know, that backer thing, that number of backers, that's more important than the amount of money.
Agreed.
That's how many books are going to be printed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's way more important than how much you charged for that book.
Yeah.
The more people that get it in their hands, the more people are talking about it and telling their friends.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's always about getting it read.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, especially as that's like one of the hardest parts when you make a book is getting people to read it. I've told people before, I've done conventions before where, like, you know, I've worked on the book, I've given the first issue out for free. People will take it for free. Doesn't mean they'll read it though.
Yes.
Even though it costs them nothing, people are more likely to read a book that they've actually put money down for than they are for a book they were given for free. Well,
I'm a reader. Okay, I have a stack and I read all of it, and then I have another stack and I read all of it.
And those stacks grow and grow.
And I don't just mean comics. I'm regular books. I read.
Yeah.
I read, you know, and like you said something earlier about the kids, and it was like it started with comics. And the two girls, they're both 9, and they could not wait to get to chapter books. That's what they call them. Yeah. Chapter books with no pictures, just chapters of words. So reading the comics got them to where they wanted to read more and more and more. And it's like that was my goal. We started them on comics. You know, now they read everything. And the only gifts I buy the kids are books.
Yeah.
Christmas gifts, their birthday gifts, it's always books. They know it's going to be a book. They know it's going to be a comic. They know it's going to be something from what Grandpa's into.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, that's so fucking cool, man. That's so cool.
I mean, you know, we encourage them to love books so that we can give them books.
Well, like I said, books is just so magical. There's something so special. They're one of the only mediums that when things are getting digitized, like music gets digitized, I don't mind getting rid of the CD collection a little bit to save some room. You know, films get digitized. I'd rather have the DVD or Blu-ray, but I don't mind if some of them are digital. When it comes to books, there's such a big disconnect between the digital version and the print version that it's like it just doesn't work in digital for me. And I know so many people that are the same. One of the main things being that smell. When you open up that book for the first time and up the spine, you can't do that digitally. There's no fucking way of doing it. I don't know people that do that with CDs and DVDs, you know. It's only books.
My CD collection, I used to have a huge CD collection back when CDs were a thing.
Yeah.
And then I told you my whole house got ripped off. They got it all. They got CDs. They you know, half my collection, most of my collection, what wasn't in storage was gone, you know. And signed CDs was something that, because I worked at a radio station, I got them all the time. They bring in their, you know, stuff and here, put this on, you know, we want you to play this and whatever, and signed copies for everybody in the studio. And, you know, I used to have a bunch of them. I still only have like 2. I think I have the Cheryl Crow one. Cheryl Crow gave me. She came in to do an interview in the sister station on the other side of the building, and ended up spending more time in our studio than she did theirs. Because we were over there talking heavy metal and NASCAR, and Cheryl Crow was a NASCAR fan.
Oh, fantastic.
And she came over into our studio to hear what we were talking about, because in the lobby is playing, you know.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Jeff Bodine, and she, boom, right? Where's that studio at? She had him bring him right in. She come in, brought a chair, sat down, sat there with us for like 2 hours. And then she signed a CD for me, you know, all my best, you know, love Cheryl Crow. And it's like, there's a few I still have because they were special. Yeah. They weren't out where they could be stolen, but you know, it's amazing now that I'm doing it. You know, the comic thing is like all the books on the back wall back there are all signed. All them back there are signed. Stan and Kevin Eastman and Greg Horn and Mike Zeck and, you know, I mean, McFly, everybody's back there. Buzz, you know, everybody's back there. And that's not even close to all of them. There's a filing cabinet drawer that's full of signed books, and another one that's full of con programs that people have sent me signed by different people. It's really been amazing since I started this new collection again, all the stuff that people have sent me that I did not expect. That's why when I say Santa Claus, when I talk about Santa Claus, it's like people send me stuff. They don't tell me, you know, they're going to send it to me. They go behind my back, they get my address from one of my friends or something, and stuff comes in the mail. Or they'll send me a message, yo, man, send me your address. Got something for the kids or whatever. It happens all year. It happens all year long. You know,
that's so cool.
So I tell the kids, don't ever quit believing in Santa Claus. Look at all the stuff Grandpa gets all year long. Adults, I tell them, Santa doesn't have time to go around on Christmas Eve and deliver to all the adults too.
Yeah,
he handles us throughout the rest of the year.
And sometimes those little gifts that he leaves, you don't realize that that's the gift you were given until a little bit later on. You're like, oh shit, yeah, because like, I mean, like, so many people would be like, oh, you know, someone bought me a beer, so that's my gift from Santa Claus or whatever. For me, like I said, I'm quite open about this kind of stuff. I actually look after wild foxes. I have some that live in my garden, because what happened is one year this pregnant vixen found my garden for, this is the best place to give birth to my little cubs. She gave birth to them and then she died. And I saw them playing in the garden. And I was like, well, someone's got to fucking try and help them. And like, you know, they're going to be scared of me, but I can still leave food out there for them. And because of that, I ended up building like a relationship with one of them. One of them trusted me enough to come out whenever I was out. He learned his name. So whenever I was like, hey, buddy, he would just turn up out of the blue and be like, I'm getting fed. Even now, like in about, I would say about 3 or 4 hours time, I'm going to look out my window and I'm going to see 2 of them sat there going, what took you so long? Do you know you're going to be feeding? And it took me a few months before I realized, like, that's a true gift.
That's awesome.
Right there and there.
We wouldn't be able to pull that off. Our Huskies would have lunch. One of them has no clue that he's a dog. He's such a throwback to his wolf ancestors.
Oh, wonderful.
It's like we have the shot collar. They can only go so far before they get a little sap, you know, keep them in the yard.
Yeah.
This guy goes through that shot collar down to the lake because he hears something down at the lake making noise, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, he's gone, damn it. 20 minutes later, you hear him yipe as he's coming back through the shock barrier. Right? You hear him yipe outside. You open the door, he's standing there with a possum in his mouth.
Fucking hell.
Or a muskrat in his mouth. Or whatever he came up with today. You know, it's like, and he brings it home, and then we have to go bury it or whatever every time, man. It's like, dude, he just thinks he's a wolf. He doesn't eat them. You know, but he goes and he kills it and he brings it home. You know, like he's bringing it home for the other dogs. Hey, yeah, I got lunch or whatever. But he's the biggest lovable dog, you know. I mean, the biggest lovable dog, big, cuddly, furry, you know, nice guy.
Yeah.
But the hunting instinct in him is so strong, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, the little foxes stay away from our house, dude. We are out in the boonies. Like, it's funny when when 4 or 5 deer go by.
Yeah.
The dogs are out in the yard. They don't know what to think about those. They're bigger. You know? They're not sure about that. They just kind of stand there and watch. But, you know, I mean, it's nice out here. You know, we're out in there's people, but it's forest. There's lots of wildlife. 2 lakes right here. Actually, there's like 8 lakes in this 15 square mile area.
Oh, nice.
So, you know, I mean, there's all kind of wildlife around here. It's fun. It's a great place to live. But back to this. Because
we keep getting sidetracked, and we have.
That's what I mean. It's like, as I say, you and I are going to end up being pretty good friends. I think we got a lot.
Yeah, I got that feeling too, man.
A lot to talk about. So right here, you got Lucifer's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Make sure you look at that. I'm just going to go do this right now because I already have subscribed. You see that? Y'all go subscribe. Right
fantastic.
Here. Basics of comic book writing. Obviously, our man is trying to help everybody as well. This is cool. Plot and structure for graphic novels. There you go, y'all. You know, go subscribe to Lucifer's YouTube channel. Go back this book.
Definitely back this book. I don't think people are going to regret it. Even if they get to the end of the book and they're like, that's not my cup of tea, I don't think they're going to regret backing the book somehow.
Yeah, so right here, the hardcover, $40 US.
Yep. We got a hardcover. We got the soft cover.
Yeah, estimated shipping in July. Ships worldwide, but please consider the way things are being shipped right now, and don't give my man a big old hard time if the shipping companies ain't doing their job.
Damn fucking straight, because I don't control that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Once you've paid and it's insured to be shipped, it really shouldn't. You know, it shouldn't come back to you. You have fulfilled at that point.
Yeah,
now, like,
and I'm going to do everything I can with the fulfillment to make it the best it can be.
Exactly, and if it arrives damaged, I'm sure you're going to do whatever you can to make that right. That's
damn straight.
So, you know, the time frame thing is mainly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
there's no way of knowing when it's going to arrive from the day you ship it out.
Yeah,
and if it sits in a shipping container for 2-3 months, that's not really your fault.
Exactly.
And backers should not go to Kickstarter and Indiegogo and say, "Give me my money back."
Yeah,
when you can prove it's been shipped.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a dispute that should be taken up with the shipping companies.
Right, and they should be honoring the insurance that you put on it to make sure that's taken care of. It shouldn't come back on you, you know, or come out of your funds. And Indiegogo and Kickstarter, if you're listening, you need to take notes, man. You know, you need to think about that.
Damn straight. And listen, guys, like every perk that's available, right? Every perk comes with a book, no matter what. And each perk, you will get the choice whether you want the book signed or unsigned. That is completely up to you. On top of that, every perk comes with the added bonus of you will receive a credit in the book as someone who helped produce and bring this book to fruition. Because without you guys, this book might not exist. So you deserve that accreditation as well as I do.
So we call that the thank you page.
Damn straight. Thank you page.
We call that.
That's a much better way of putting it, more concise.
Everybody's going to be on the thank you page. You know?
Yeah.
And I have it's really amazing too when you get a book and your name's in it. You know, but even more so, like there's some books that I haven't backed that I've just promoted the hell out of, and they've still put my name in it for the work that I did. That's amazing. You know, it's like I couldn't even help you out with $1, but I helped you get some backers. You know, I did my best to help some other people throw something your way. You know, and when they acknowledge me for the work that I do, You know,
It's
that's
worth it.
yo man. Seeing your name in the book, you know, it's cool.
It's nothing like it, man. Nothing like it.
And there's a couple books that either me or my likeness will be showing up in here real soon as well. So
Nice.
I've had so much, like I said, it's been a roller coaster ride, man. You know, I've had things offered to me or things told to me that was going to happen that didn't. Like the rug got pulled out from under me at the last minute. But I've had things happen that were just like ultimate super cool too. So we're doing this all year long, man. You know?
I know how you feel.
And you know, it's all been fun promoting all you guys, man. Even the people who I've had a problem with or have had a problem with me and the way I promote things. Okay, there's some people that don't want me to promote their book, you know, for something I may have said in the past or whatever cancel culture things going on at the time. It's like my personal feelings don't have anything to do with me trying to sell your book.
Yeah.
You're trying to get people to look at your book, you know?
Exactly.
And it's like, people need to separate that. I'm not holding who they are against them and say, I'm not going to promote your book because of who you are or present yourself as. I'm promoting the book, not the book. You see
absolutely. Absolutely. Like I was speaking with my main man Chubb from Mary Boys the other day, and I was saying, look, you know, there's some people out there that they don't want the politically correct books to be out there, right? I do want them out there.
All of them.
For two reasons. One, if someone reads one of those books and doesn't like them, they know where to find me in my book. And the second reason being is you need that contrast. Like I'm a huge believer of freedom of speech.
Yes.
I an absolutist, you could say. I believe that people should be able to say whatever the fuck they want, even if it's stupidly horrible, because like at the end of the day, what better way to spot the asshole you don't want to interact with than if you let them fucking talk? There's so many reasons, and like at the end of the day, when you silence someone, like, all right, you might be silencing them saying like you can't say that because that's hateful and stuff. You're not just taking away someone's right to be hateful, you're also taking away someone else's right to say help and I love you. And those are two very important things. Once you take away that, you've ruined all of us. So I stand by it completely. I want to see every single book be made, whether it be politically correct or not.
And see, that's what, if you look at the mission statement for the Madness, the first sentence, we want you all to succeed.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay? And there's no, we want this group or that group. We want you all to succeed. Now, with that being said, there are people who have attacked me personally, and I probably don't promote their book very much. Okay.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with their book or who they are. It has to do with the fact that they came at me stupid.
Exactly.
Personally. Okay. If I'm not promoting your book in the Madness, it's for two reasons. I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Or you have ruined it.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I'll promote everybody and anybody and what they're doing as long as they don't treat me like crap.
Yeah, absolutely. I will treat everyone like they're my best friend until they give me a reason not to.
Yeah, I'm like you until you give me a reason not to. Exactly. I've had people I've had comics gay people followed by LGBTQ people followed by another comics gay person, and none of them ever said anything evil to any of them, to each other. Okay. Yeah. The whole group, we have people from both sides and people in the middle. The whole match. Nobody, we don't have that kind of problem in our group. Everybody is here to help each other promote what they're doing and promote writing and art and the community in general, not just one niche of it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the way it should be.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got people from
I got people from Comicsgate and Comicsgate UK who like they're sharing this campaign about as we speak. But I've also got people who are anti-Comicsgate and anti-Comicsgate UK, and they're also sharing this campaign and saying, "Hey, this book looks dope," because that's what we should be doing. Put the political bullshit to one side, because that's what it is. It's bullshit, absolute fucking bullshit. Let's worry about the shit that matters: having a good time, reading good books, and being able to laugh and smile.
It's like I tell everybody. I can come out here and promote the hell out of your book and sell the hell out of it, and you can do really good. But book 2 is totally going to be dependent on how good book 1 was, not how good I sold it.
Yes, because like this is one thing that I think a lot of new creators don't realize, and it really should be vocalized a lot more. The first page of your book sells the book. The last page of the book sells your next book.
It's got, well, I mean, the quality of your book, it's got to be good or nobody's buying book 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's no amount of campaign that carries your book past book 1.
Yeah.
There's no amount of marketing that carries your book past book 1.
Absolutely.
Book 1 carries your book past book 1. You know, it's got to be good. I mean, if it ain't no good, people ain't going to buy book 2.
Yeah. I mean, like, let's put it this way. If this doesn't get fully funded, there isn't going to be a book 2, which is a shame for me because I got another 4 Lady Satan books planned to go after this one. It's one hell of a journey, one hell of an odyssey. But those books only happen if people back this first one
and like it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. It's like book 2. The success of book 2 is directly related to how good book 1 is.
That's why it was very important for me to make sure that this first book was character driven. I want people to fall in love with the character as much as I did, because then they will want to spend more time with her. They will want to see a second book so they can see how she grows and progresses and how she tackles different conflicts along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I've got a couple messages I have to answer real quick.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
That just means people are paying attention, bro. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing whatsoever, man.
Geez, I'd love to just keep this going all day, man, but we're 2 hours, 20 minutes in, and I want to have a replay short enough to get people to.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
Okay, so
yeah, no, that's cool. I'll be sharing this with people. Make sure they get a few replays on there as well.
So give us another, a final sell it one more time.
One more time, people. This is a revenge thriller unlike any other. It's kind of a crime horror too. You mix those two things together and you get this book. If you like political correctness, you will hate Lady Satan. If you are easily offended, you will hate Lady Satan. This is an experience, a personal journey through darkness and vengeance, all wrapped up in a noir aesthetic. What more can you want than that?
There you go. Lucifer.
Pops, this has been amazing.
Dude, now because this is still going to be active when we do CromCon 10,
yep.
Make sure you come out. You make sure
Hell
you
yeah.
promote it again. There are at least a dozen solid podcasters in the madness.
Yeah.
You want to be out here talking about it, you let them know. William Page. There's a bunch of them.
That's cool because I got a shit ton lined up for this week, which is great. But there's always room for more. Always.
And you'll see them. They'll post in the group. They're looking for guests, or whatever.
Great.
It happens all the time. We got 1-2 Comic Talk, Rogue Way. There's a bunch of podcasters in the group that are always looking for content. So
awesome.
We're gonna get you out there. People are gonna get sick of seeing your face, but hopefully you're gonna love seeing your book.
That's the way I want it to be, man. Let them get sick of me. Don't get sick of the book, fuck.
There you go. Don't even know me. Know the book.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I try to tell people. Don't look at me as who I am.
Yeah.
Support these people. They're not me.
Yeah.
They're not me. They don't have my, outlook on everything. Support them. Support them all.
Damn straight.
Everybody you can. If it's something that interests you, check it out, man.
Hell yeah.
I mean, get involved.
Hell yeah.
We will get this one funded, though. I promise you.
Damn straight.
I want to see where book 2, 3, and 4 are going. I didn't know you had an ongoing thing, so that's another thing you might want to incorporate into the layout of the Indiegogo. That this is beginning.
Yeah, I've made it as clear as I can that this is one self-contained story. So if it doesn't fund, it's okay to just read this one. You'll still have a great time. But if it does fund, then there's going to be a part 2, a part 3, a part 4.
Yeah, you got to sell it that way. And this is not just going to die with book 1. You know, it's like, because that's a big thing for me. I'm a person. Okay, Star Wars has been wonderful to me my whole life.
Yeah,
even the bad ones, even the bad stuff. It's been something I've been able to be a fan of my whole life that continues to put out new content in all formats.
Yeah.
Okay, in movies, in TV, in comics, in novels, it's out there everywhere. It has been lifelong entertainment for me. There's a youngster out there right now looking at this going, man, it'd be awesome if these were being written my whole life and I could be part of this forever. Those are the when people talk about world building, I talk about universe building.
Yes.
I talk about era building because everything that's been around my whole life that I get to still be entertained by at 57.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Damn straight.
Luke Skywalker came into my life when I was 13.
Yeah. And he ain't left.
57 and he just went out. Okay, but there's still got all these other new people that have come in.
Yeah.
Okay, the universe has lived with me. I have lived with the universe. When you start a project and it has legs, you never know how far those legs are going to travel.
Well, let's put it this way: if a snuff film can't kill Lady Satan, I don't think anything else will.
Saying though, it's like when we got something to look forward to.
Yeah.
When we know there's going to be more.
Oh yeah.
They're going to keep putting out content and keep putting out content, and our character that we fell in love with isn't going to just go away.
Yeah.
That's when you're talking about somebody like me, a 40-year fan of something that's still happy about it. Okay.
Yeah, damn straight.
Yeah, they've had some,
straight.
They've done some stupid things, okay, killing the EU, all that, they've done some stupid things, but the overall entertainment value of the Star Wars universe has been invaluable to me.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay, invaluable to me. I have been entertained for years and decades by these stories and the people that have wrote these stories. There's no beating that. Don't ever stop. That's what I'm telling you. Don't ever stop, because there's some youngster out there that's going to be okay. I don't want to go too youngster, but there's some young adult out there that likes this kind of book that's going to pick this up, and they're going to not want it to end. Okay, I don't ever want anything to end. Every time one of my authors, like when Frank Herbert died, when Brandon Sanderson died, when all these people died in the middle of their projects or in the middle of a universe being built that was way out there and super cool, and then they're gone, and then you got somebody like their son or Kevin J. Anderson that picks up the pieces and keeps it going. That's what I'm talking about. A legacy journey where even if you pass, somebody wants this not to end. That's fucking success.
Damn straight.
You know what I mean? That's success. That's what I want for all you guys, to even when you're gone, somebody else wants to carry on your story.
Yeah, absolutely. That's such a beautiful way of putting it as well. I love that. Absolutely love that. But yeah, I'm doing what I can. Like I said, I'm constantly reviewing the campaign and making sure if there's any detail that I think, hold on, that's important, that should be in there, I will add it. A few of the podcasts and stuff that I've done recently, I've given away so many spoilers because I've been like, okay, here's the plan.
Now, what other question I wanted to ask you real quick? Do you have an editor?
Yes, I've got an editor, a guy called John Wakefield. He's new, he's up and coming, and he was someone that I spotted very early on. He took a look at some of my stuff, and he gave me these suggestions that I was like, no one else would have done that. He's got a really unique perspective. So I was like, dude, you need to jump on board as the editor of this book, because if anyone's going to spot me missing a trick, it's going to be you. And there were a couple of places where he was like, dude, it's so simple, but just do this. And I was like, wow, you've just elevated the story that I'm telling to a whole new level just by making one suggestion.
That was what I was going to say. We have some really awesome editors in the madness as well.
Fantastic.
So, you know, I mean, we try to make sure that every aspect of this is covered there. There's people that you can learn from in the crowdfunding, campaign building, and in every aspect of it. And even right down to if you need editors, there's 4 or 5 of them in the madness that are always available to help people out. And you need to make sure that your buddy John, gets credit on this as the editor.
He will. Okay. Oh, he will.
You know what I mean? It's like even maybe somewhere down at the bottom of this campaign where you're like, you know, edited by, and throw them credits his way so that other people can find him. Yeah. And they might want to get their book edited by him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like we're trying to get everybody that.
Damn straight. Well, I mean, we're all in the same boat. So why paddle in different directions?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, make sure you throw him a little some link to his Facebook page or whatever on your campaign somewhere. So other people that might need an editor can find him. It's just a little extra advertising for him too. You know, definitely. We try to make sure that everybody's getting the exposure. You know, it's your story, it's your book. That guy edited it.
He still played a part in it. Yeah, he still played a part in it. I'm not going to deny that whatsoever. So, yeah, I will. Like I said, I'm going to be reviewing this campaign every day and going, oh, shit, add something there.
You give a little shout out to the people that got you where you're going. And, you know, like I said, just because you want them to have that opportunity to expand as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know?
Sending work his way ain't gonna do nothing but make you his buddy.
Exactly. As long as he's free for the second book, then I'm cool with getting him as much work as he wants.
That's what we're talking about. I totally dig you, Lucifer. You get what we're trying to do here, and man, I hope nothing but serious success for you. And I'm gonna do my best to make sure that we get this one funded so we get to see what book 2 does.
Thank you, Pops. Thank you so much. This has been an amazing experience, and I'm so glad that Marv put us together, man.
Yeah, and see Marv, Indie Volt, all these different people that have helped build what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah. When I first went on Indie Volt and started talking about what we were doing, it's like they were really supportive. They gave me some airtime. Every time we're doing a CromCon, somebody from Indie Volt either shows up or gives us a plug. You know, we get that love. Marv come out of Indie Volt. That's how he found me, how I found him. You know, it's all one big family, like you said. Don't be afraid to hit your cousins up.
Exactly, because they want to see you succeed as well. I mean, like we've had Ryan in here, who is just an amazing guy. Bree, who was in here earlier, she is an incredible human being. All these people, like they're here to help support, because if you're successful, they're successful too, and that's such an amazing.
Sarah, everybody that's getting up at 7 a.m. to listen to Pops talk.
They are saints,
man. But yeah, we'll get you on some more podcasts. We'll make sure that people know about this, man. And you know, I have a couple of other groups that are horror, sci-fi, dystopian, you know, groups that I'm in, that I've also made sure that I share certain books in those groups too. Those admins are totally cool with it. So, you know, we'll try to make sure that we're reaching your actual fan base, not just throwing it out there in general. You know?
Definitely. And Pops, anytime you want me on, you just give me the word and I will make the fucking time, no matter what.
Cool. Totally appreciate you. Do you know Anis Excander? She's doing the book Iva. She's also in the UK, and it's also on Indiegogo. It's EYVA. You should check that out, dude. Did you like Eon Flux?
Sorry?
Did you like Eon Flux?
Yes.
50 green art. He did the art for her book. The story is amazing.
Oh, lovely.
Check it out.
I will do, man. I know what I'm doing now.
I see collaboration and cross promotion in this.
Yes.
Between you and her, where you can help each other out, bounce off each other's fan bases, possibly even intertwine the characters. Her character is much like your character.
Fantastic.
So, Anis, if you're watching, baby, get with Lucifer.
Hit me up.
You guys need to meet. Hook up.
Yeah, damn straight. I guess I better let people know how they can contact me.
Well, I just put it back in the comments for the Indiegogo page. I just dropped it up there, the link. But yeah, put your other links up too.
Yeah. You guys can find me over at luciferstorm.com. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just look for Lucifer Storm or the Lucifer Storm. On this campaign page, I believe there's links at the bottom anyway to my YouTube, my Twitter, and my website and all that stuff. So I'm not the hardest person to find. Let's put it that way.
And he's in the madness, y'all.
Yeah, exactly. If worst comes to worst, go to the madness group. You'll find me there.
That's what I tell everybody when they're sharing their links and stuff. And it's like, if you don't have time to write all this down, these people are all in the madness. You can find them all. You know, it's like, just come to madness, Lucifer, boom, there he is. You know, I mean, you don't even have to remember his last name, y'all. You see what I'm saying? That's part of the reason the madness exists, to get everybody in one place so people know where to find them.
Yeah.
You don't have to go search all over the place for everybody. I'm trying to get everybody right here.
Exactly.
Hopefully someday. We're getting there though. We're getting there.
Slowly but surely it's getting there, and it's amazing.
It's so much fun, man. You just don't know. If it wasn't for you guys doing what you do, man, I don't even know what I'd be doing right now. This year would have been horrible for me.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you guys doing what you do. So don't never stop, man.
Oh, I don't plan on it. People can't get rid of me that fucking easily.
Hey, I will get with you again soon. Soon.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
You have a great day.
You too, pups.
Everybody who watches this in the rewind, thank you. Back this book. You will not be disappointed. If this is your kind of thing, you're gonna love it.
Oh, hell yes. You guys are fucking awesome.
All right. Peace. I love doing this.